What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey SHAKESQUAD coming, guys, with a live stream right now. So we didn't do a live stream earlier today. I had some things to do, so decided to do it later in the afternoon, which would probably be better for everybody at least, so it wasn't too early. But yeah, I just saw that Tyreek Hill got paid a lot of money. Got paid a lot of money. Highest paid receiver in the league, higher than Devante Adams, and the Eagles weren't going to trade for something like this. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, then I saw it was really down to the Jets and Dolphins. At the end of the day, I mean, the Dolphins, have a really good receiving core right now. And, Tyreek Hill is not one of those players where he can just go to any team and play great, because you got to use him the right way. And the quarterback and Tyreek Hill have to have really good comprehension with each other. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but would this open a lot more for Devante Parker, to be traded or, released, or I don't know what they're doing with him. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good day today. GG Meta, what's going on? Eagles gang, what's going on, man? Amber, Mark Holmes Mola, what's going on? Giovanni, Ace Fresh, OG Philly guy. That's a touchdown ref. What's going on, man? Marcus Polk says, it's day 10, man. It's day 10. Johnny, what's going on, man? Merbo, what's going on? Ryan, William, what's going on? Frank says, I hope and we pray we get Pierce from Cincinnati University. Do this 421-423-40. So Devante Parker would be good. Devante Parker's only going to cost you $8.7 million this year, which isn't bad. He's going to cost $8 million. I think he's on contract for 2 more years, which isn't bad. He's $8.7 million this year. He's $9 million for 2023. So it's definitely, it's an affordable contract as of right now. But if Tyreek Hill and Tua can't get it done, that's why Tyreek Hill is like a weird receiver because he's good, but both quarterback and receiver have to be on point. It's got to be there. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the Eagles are going after another receiver again. I just don't. I mean, look, I don't know how much Pascal costed the Eagles, but probably was like not even $6 million. Probably, I think it was like between $1 to $2 million. That's how low it was. So. Yeah. Jeff Mosher says the Eagles weren't interested in Hill. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it because they were going to give him. He wanted a big extension because he was due a big extension. So what is Juju Smith-Schuster the number one guy? Is that what it is now? Is Juju Smith the number one? I don't think so. If that's what they're doing, they might take a step back. I mean, not having Tyreek Hill is kind of a big mistake on their part as of right now. So, Jim, what's going on, man? William said, without Reddick wanting to come here, we wouldn't have him either. No, and that's the truth. Hassan Reddick came here for less money. He definitely got offered a lot more money somewhere else. We luckily got Hassan Reddick. Luckily got him. No joke. Luckily got him. Oh, said Pierce ran a 4-3 official, I think. Venom says, can we hurry if sign Honey Badger or Bobby Wagner? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Both of those guys haven't even signed yet, so it should be really interesting. Chris says Cedric Wilson back on the bench again. That's just weird, man. That's weird. I mean, I don't know what Cedric Wilson's contract was, but I thought he played really good for Dallas when he had a shot. I really did. I mean, he's making money now. He's making a good amount of money now sitting on the bench, if that's the case, unless they're going to move Devante Parker. Eagles gang says, Joey, do you think the Eagles are waiting on DK? Pete Carroll said that he wants to get a contract extension done. So if they can't get it done, DK might want out. I don't know. I think if they say they're trying to get it done, it might get done. We don't even know if the Eagles actually contacted Seattle. I mean, even Tyler Lockett is available too. I mean, Tyler Lockett's another available wide receiver as of right now. So don't know which way they're going. You know what I mean? Rocky says Howie probably feels we're set at receiver after getting Pascal. They haven't went after a lot of free agent receivers. They skipped on a lot of guys. Like DJ Chark was only $10 million for 1 year. I don't know why they didn't go after some guys, but now with the quarterback situation and obviously seeing Kenny Pickett go out to dinner with the Eagles, and now Malik Willis looked really good at his pro day, probably one of the best pro days that we've seen, and maybe they don't want to build around Jalen Hurts right now. Maybe they want to put themselves in a bind to get big contracts with the Philadelphia Eagles around Jalen Hurts. I think that, that is, it is what it is. Malik Willis's pro day was fantastic. Eagles gang said Philly 500 was pissed about Tyreek Hill going to Miami. It wasn't going to happen, dude. Like, I don't know why it was even believed that was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. He was getting an extension anyway. Eagles weren't paying. The Eagles are not going to pay a receiver over $10 million a year, even $10 million a year. I mean, that's what it looks like they're doing right now. They're going very cheap at receiver right now. They're not trying to sign a major guy right now. Even getting DK Metcalf, he wants an extension. So I don't even think they're going to get him either. Like, they want rentals that are going to be cheap for the year, and that's what they want it to be. You know what I mean? His pro day was fantastic. Old man from Post says, I would trade the 19th pick to move into the top 10, take Pickett. Venom King says, let's cut JJ, sign Devante Parker if he gets released. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. He's not going to cost that much either. Like, that's a move that it's not going to cost that much. I know, like, even with Robert Woods, when he got traded for a 6th-round pick, he costed, he was going to cost $14 million for the year. So that's the issue. Neil says, I don't know why people are mad at Tyreek not coming here. I never thought he was going to come here. I did not think he was going to come here at all. Black Box says, wonder if what addition to Tyreek Hill means for Devante Parker. I don't know. That could be a move the Eagles can make, man. Are you watching anybody's pro day? I've only watched, obviously, the 2 quarterbacks, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Dave Porter says, do you think receivers don't want to come here because Hertz struggled as a passer? I think part of it is because this offense isn't appetizing to join because, number one, we run the ball a lot. Number two, the quarterback issue right now is probably not appetizing to a lot of receivers that are in free agency right now or want to get traded. So I think that's part of the issue. Chris R says Philly 500 is hilarious, demanding a trade, or Hill saying no excuses, knowing full well we don't have the money for him. No, we didn't. We have less than $27 million. We don't have the money for a guy like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's not just going to make a trade and like he can make. Look, the Eagles can make the trade for Tyreek Hill and give him that extension, but then he's going to have to make more moves because that's going to put us under the cap. So he's going to have to make more moves to get us under the cap and restructure guys, and then we're back in cap hell all over again because we're already second to fourth in the league in dead cap money right now with $34 million. Nah, bro. Nah, it ain't going to work like that. Nobody wants to join our offense. Yeah, you're probably right, man. You're probably right. Seven says, why is everyone pissed? The Dolphins overpaid and gave a lot of draft capital for a guy that has maybe 3 good years left. I'm like, Tyreek Hill is only going to work out in a certain offense. You know what I mean? It's like, that's it. If there's no chemistry between the quarterback and Tyreek Hill, like Mahomes and him had a really good chemistry. And, Tyreek is very good at what he does. So I don't know. It's one of those risky wide receivers to go for a lot of money like that. Should we bring Travis Kelce? Jones Hill went from catching balls from Mahomes to Tua now. Yeah, I don't think it's an upgrade. I don't think it's an upgrade at all. Rod says Howie doesn't want Hertz. He's just a bridge QB at best. Sorry, guys, just saying what y'all don't want to believe, and that's fine, dude. That's your own opinion, man. And everyone has their own opinion about Jalen Hurts. That's just the truth to it all. Ed says Howie can make adjustments. Edward says good luck with Tua getting him the ball. I don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't think it's going to work out. Now it's all on Tua. If Tua can't get it done with the receivers that he has this year, it's going to be over with, man. It's going to be over with. DJ Man says, I think the reality is nobody wants to play for the Eagles because of Hertz and our run-first offense. Just like I said, man, definitely. Jason Martinez, hey, Joe. I had Philly Sports Radio on 94.1 this morning, and they were like, what the hell is happening with this team, and why do some fans think we were going in a good direction? I don't know. I mean, there are people out there who actually think that we're going in the good direction, and I don't know why. There's a lot of holes on this team still. You know what I mean? Like, you signed Zach Pascal, which isn't, I think is a pretty good signing. It's not a bad signing at all, but obviously very cheap. And, Quez Watkins, could make his point at number 2 receiver, but I'm afraid Jalen Reagor's going to get still more snaps, or if he takes snaps away from, Quez Watkins, it's going to be a huge problem. You know what I mean? Mitch says pretty clear how he has no interest in helping Hertz. It sucks to watch Hertz get left on an island while the GM's around acting busy. Chris Arce, I knew that Mahomes' contract would cause them to lose Hill. I mean, at this point, like, they can't sign everybody. You know what I mean? So Williams says all big names and nobody is coming here. Keo says, what's up, Joey? And yes, no Bill would never come here. God, 5 picks and high contract ever. I'll pass. Travis says, I don't think Jeffrey and Howie believe in Hertz running this offense because of inabilities in younger career. I believe Howie wants Pickett. There could be a really good chance that Howie could end up getting Pickett or Malik Willis. No, they're going to have to move up into the top 10 most likely because now the stock has rose up, especially for Malik Willis. So we'll see what happens. Eagles gang, I just think the Eagles fan base are pissed about Hill. We had this draft capital and the money. You don't see guys like Tyreek Hill come around. The Dolphins gave up first, a second, a fourth, and a fifth. So you give up all those picks, plus you have to make him the highest paid receiver. It's just, that's a lot. It's a lot to do. You know what I mean? So it's either going to work out and be very successful or it's going to be a total disaster. That's definitely the truth to it all. Definitely the truth to it all. So, let's see here. All right, we're good. We're good. And for what's the rumors, Eagles are pissed about Hill. Just think Eagles are fans pissed about Hill because we had the draft capital and money, and you don't see guys like Tyreek Hill come around. The Dolphins gave up first. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. John J. Tyler, is anybody talking about AFC making all the moves? And that's pretty much what's going on right now. Nicosi said, let's not act like we didn't want to run the ball. Like, come on. Yeah, I know. Well, we had to run the ball. I think our run game is great, but, we don't want teams to make us one-dimensional. I think that's really important. You know what I mean? Chris Scott, how do the Rams find money? How do other teams that were over the cap find money for high-impact players? If you want to win bad, you find ways. Yeah, if you want to win bad, you find ways. But then if it doesn't work out, you have to dig yourself out of that hole. That's going to be the biggest problem. If you can't win, that's going to be a big problem for the Philadelphia Eagles that they go. Like some of these moves that teams are making was going to put them over the cap for next year, knowing that they're probably going to have to get, make a lot of moves to get back under the cap. That's probably the whole situation that's going on right now. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? I definitely get it. There's no doubt about it. Maybank says, really thought Eagles were going to make free agent signings, but Jalen got to prove himself this year so we get more athletes. Definitely think we'll sign 2 or 3 good players. So I'm hoping we do, man. I hope we do. Now, free agency, I don't know how busy it's going to be. I mean, there's still some good names out there, but as of right now, the Eagles have really just sat back. They're only paying certain positions in free agency at a certain price. I mean, they're not ready to build around Jalen Hurts. That's what it's kind of showing me right now, which kind of makes me believe that a quarterback could get drafted this year. I don't know. Or all this could be a smokescreen. Or Howie Roseman's making it look like that we're going after a quarterback, because that's another thing that's probably happening right now. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't believe too much about these quarterbacks. Like, I know it's hard not to. I don't want the Eagles going after a quarterback as well as I didn't want them going after trading for a veteran quarterback this year. I think the Eagles are maybe doing their due diligence to check on these quarterbacks, but at the same time, I don't think they touch any of these guys. I don't think so. I don't think they touch any of these guys, these quarterbacks coming out in the draft, but we'll see. Mahomes punching the air right now. Yeah, that's a big weapon that's gone. I mean, they're making Juju Smith-Schuster the number 1 receiver in Kansas City right now. Come on now. I mean, that's pretty quick. I mean, they think they could turn Juju around or maybe make him a number. So, I mean, Valdez-Scantling's another receiver. So it looks like the Green Bay Packers are really trying to re-sign him. So obviously the Eagles had no chance in getting him back, getting him here. I would like Valdez-Scantling more than, Zach Pascal, obviously, because I think he's just a better receiver and, he's going to cost a little bit more money. So none of this would have happened if the Eagles traded for Calvin Ridley. If Calvin Ridley was traded here, we would have had no issue. We would have had no problem. I mean, it was set in stone, that trade. I can't even blame Howie Roseman on the rest of free agency, really, when it comes to receiver. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but you're not going to get these guys. You're not going to get these guys. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen the way everybody wants it to happen. Poison says Kevin Stack's house is right. The coach said, I think they're drafting QB because they're not building. Well, that's what I'm kind of thinking right now, which kind of makes me feel kind of weird because I'm like, okay, number one, they're not building around Jalen Hurts. They're not signing big names. And look, I know they didn't have much cap, but I'm saying they haven't really been too aggressive on signing a bigger name or trying to acquire a bigger name. Even if they lost to getting a bigger name, at least trying to acquire. Other than like Marcus Williams, you know what I mean? That's for safety. I mean, that's really it. That's not offensively, but, I thought they were pretty aggressive to get him, but they didn't pull the trigger. They were always close to that 5-year, $70 million number, but they weren't close enough as of right now. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do here because they literally just boom. I mean, they weren't aggressive, right? I mean, they were aggressive in some aspects, but they didn't really pull the trigger on a lot of moves. So I'm say the Chiefs drafting a wide receiver. Yeah, dude. I mean, the Chiefs are definitely drafting a receiver. Clark says Mecole Hardman should be number one in KC. I do like Hardman a lot. I think he's really good. I don't think Juju's the number one guy. I think they're trying to treat him as the number one guy over there, and I don't think it's the right move. I don't think it's the right move at all. Andrew says, notice we pay Cox, Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Mulata, but we never pay our receiver or anything. Shaking my head. All they care about is the line. Well, everybody, all Eagles fans need to think about this. I made a video about this, okay? The Eagles locked up a lot of players last year. Okay, they locked up Devante Maggs, Dallas Goedert, Jordan Mailata, all these guys. They locked up a lot of guys last year, so some of these contracts going into this year are going to take effect. Like, we would have had more cap space. We would have had a lot more cap if we didn't re-sign Jordan Mailata, but we would have had a lot of holes. Devante Maggs would have been a free agent. We've been down another cornerback. So Howie Roseman made some moves towards this roster. We locked up some guys towards this roster. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I thought we locked up some guys pretty well, but, it only comes into tuition like Howie Roseman is only spending so much at certain positions. And if he's not building around Jalen Hurts right now, that's not a good sign for what the future of Jalen Hurts is going to be. A lot of Jalen Hurts fans are going to be pissed off about this. Okay? At this point, like if they draft a receiver, am I going to be pissed about it? Probably for the moment, but, it is what it is. We don't know what these quarterbacks are going to turn into in the draft. Are they worth top 5 picks, top 10 picks? Probably not. But because teams are going to be desperate for these guys, it's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain in the ass, and that's just the truth. Like, we're in a good spot. 3 first-round picks. Eagles can do whatever the hell they want. They can get. There's no reason they can get a quarterback right now. They can get a quarterback right now. They have no problem getting a quarterback. No problem. You know what I mean? No problem. We got a super chat from Skid Marks. What's going on, man? He says DJ Moore for a first and third next. He was born in Philly. I would love him. I would love him. I would have no problem with him. That would be fantastic. But the Eagles have been really quiet, man. Like, they just don't want to pay. They just don't want to pay. That's just what it is. Like, that's why when you don't have a big free agency like this, that means they don't trust the quarterback with the weapons they have around him. They're not going to sign some of these guys. They got some cheap, low under the bargain, literally below the bargain deals. And that's what's really annoying. Like Zach Pascal, like, I have nothing against that signing. I think he's good. But as a number 3 guy averaging 600 to 700 yards under Nick Sirianni, totally fine with that. But what's going to affect this is Jalen Reagor going to take snaps away from Quez Watkins? Because if you got like a number 2 guy, then I'd be like feel more comfortable that Quez is still going to have a spot, okay, and not give up too much playing time. But because you got a number 3 guy instead of a number 2, I feel like they can, more is going to happen with this receiver core this year. Okay, more is definitely going to happen. So. Woodring says, Rod says, wondering how our cap is going to look like next season. It should be good, like, because look at these contracts for this year. They're not doing too much. They're going to be under the cap next year, no problem. I don't think they're going to be over the cap next year. Carlos says, I want the Philadelphia Eagles draft Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis with number 15, that's what I'm going. I have him between 11 to 15 right now. I think the Eagles will have a shot at drafting Jordan Davis because you have free agents. You have free agents in Fletcher Cox. You have free agents in Javon Hargrave. I almost said Jadeveon Clowney. Javon Hargrave. Okay, you got free agents right there, and I think Javon Hargrave is more of a is more of a, re-sign, kind of deal. I think they could re-sign him next year, but he is 29 years old. But it looks like he's playing a lot better than Fletcher Cox right now. So Fletch is definitely out the building, out the door, and I don't think they're bringing him back unless Fletch has some monster year and want to bring him back instead. I don't know, but they're not signing 2 defensive tackles next year. This is the last year we'll see Hargrave and Cox play next to each other, and that's just the truth to it all. You know what I mean? That's just the truth to it all. Zachary says Jason Martinez Hertz had the longest completion of the season, has been top 10 QB in passes 40-plus yards since entering the league. Interesting. We got a super chat from Estafan LeBron. What's going on, man? He says, yo, Joey, what are you hearing? And I don't like Pickett over Willis. I love Willis' talent, almost Mike Vick. And a lot of people think that even like Malik Willis got like that Mike Vick arm. I mean, he does. He's a right-handed Mike Vick arm, which is awesome. But it's really consistency. So there's really nothing going on with the Eagles, Estafan. There's really nothing going on. Like, I wish I could tell you more because Eagles have been really quiet in this free agency. And it's starting to show that they don't want to build around Jalen Hurts, which could show me right now that they could go after a quarterback in this draft. So, guys, like, I'm tired of going after quarterbacks. I'm tired of not being set at quarterback because at the end of the day, when Jalen Hurts was drafted in the second round, they drafted him purely to be a backup quarterback to Carson Wentz. Okay, Hurts wasn't supposed to start. This was never supposed to happen. Okay, but it happened. Okay, it happened. So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what Nick is doing, what Howie Roseman's doing with this offense right now. But I'm telling you right now, these quarterbacks are very intriguing for the Eagles. 100%. You take Kenny Pickett out to dinner, which could be most of it. Taking Kenny Pickett out to out to dinner is a due diligent type meeting. It's not like look if Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie were at this dinner, then I'd be like really scared. I'd be like, oh, this is more serious than I thought it was going to be. But as of Brian Johnson and a few scouts had dinner with him, then great. You know what I mean? So just something small, something due diligent type of, dinner, which is fine. Malik Willis, they didn't take him out to dinner, but, there are teams that are showing their hand, okay, about getting, Steelers have been showing a lot of interest in Malik Willis. You know what I mean? The Carolina Panthers could well draft a quarterback as well because they don't want Baker Mayfield. They might bring Cam Newton back, and they really don't want to go. They're stupid. They might as well draft a QB because they might as well not bring Cam Newton back. I mean, that's like the third time around, which is not going to happen. Okay. The Falcons are not set at quarterback either. They signed Marcus Mariota to a 2-year deal, but it's a short-term answer. So Eagles have to go well into the first round, into the top 10 to draft Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett. Which one do they like more? I don't know. If it was up to me, I like Willis a lot more, but I need to see what these guys could do during training camp. I need to see what they could do with, pressure in their face and what are they going to do on an NFL level. I think that's what's most important right now. You know what I mean? I think that's what's most important. But it's scary, though. Clark says, what if we're trying to up Hertz trade value? I mean, they could. I mean, I think Hertz has some trade value right now. Because I'm telling you right now, like Gardner Minshew, we've heard a lot of rumors about trade. If they actually go into this draft and draft a quarterback, I can see Hertz getting traded immediately, more than Minshew, because I think you're going to get more for Hertz. You're going to get a lot more draft compensation for Hertz. Now, I was hearing like 2 first-round picks, which is ridiculous, which I wouldn't even give that up for Jalen Hurts, obviously. But the trading, but obviously for Jalen Hurts, I think you can, I don't know, maybe get a second rounder and maybe a couple mid-round picks. I do maybe a second rounder and a couple mid-rounders if that's the case for Jalen Hurts, if you want to trade him. If a team offered a first-round pick straight up for Jalen Hurts, I would take it in a heartbeat. There'd be no doubt about it. You know what I mean? We got a super chat from Stoff and LeBron. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, it might be a smokescreen is boost up secondary. You could get Carson Strong in the second or third. I would get Carson Strong in the third round. If Carson Strong is available, I'd get him. He's got a really strong arm. Another quarterback with a really, really strong arm as well. You know what I mean? So I have no problem with it. But it's starting to show. It's starting to show that the Eagles could go after a quarterback. It might happen, guys. It could happen, but it could be a smokescreen too. Look, the teams that you see news about them going after a quarterback or whatnot, like Howie Roseman does not like to show his hand, like because it's you don't see reports on the Eagles. Eagles take Kenny Pickett out to dinner, but you don't see Eagles saying Eagles are really interested, or you don't see any of that. You know what I mean? You see that they are just really monitoring the situations of these quarterbacks, doing their due diligence as, scout analytics team to try to, see what what these quarterbacks are all about, in person. Everyone, it's not just like Malik Willis, did his pro day and the Eagles weren't there. I mean, every team was there. You know what I mean? Like every team is going to be there. So, just because Howie was there, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, somebody was there. It doesn't for the Eagles. It was, it just depends. So, Scheme said, what is wrong with you guys here? They ain't drafting QB. Dude, like, I know you love Jalen Hurts that much, man, but you need to, like, be realistic on it could happen. It could happen. He said, I'm really iffy about trading for DK Metcalf. I've ever seen the money Hill and Adams just got. DK is going to ask for $25 a year. And DK, no, as of right now, probably is DK worth $25 a year? I wouldn't say $25 a year. No, I don't think his contract. I don't think what he's done the past few seasons has accumulated to $25 million a year. Not going to happen. Zachary Tyler says, "Yo, Joey Shakes, do Eagles need to replace Jalen Reagor or Devante Smith?" Jalen Reagor, man. Like, Devante Smith is your number one guy. You're not replacing Devante Smith. Definitely not. Asa Morris says, watching what you did, Joey. You got. My go is Cove Natural. I can't stand that crap, but I do like. I only get Skull. I wish I can get Grizzly, but it sucks up north. So. Greatest of Joey Shakes, how are you today? So happy my Finns got Tyreek Hill. Mitch Kofsky said the show Eagles are rumored to trade for Finn's wire. Wait, you're a Miami Dolphins fan? I did not even know that. I thought you were an Eagles fan this whole entire time. Zachary says, Nash and Nathaniel Hall trying to build a younger roster. How we tried to make two splash moves that didn't fall through. Eagles can become contenders as long as they hit on the draft. I think they could rebuild this whole defense in the draft. They have a chance to really rebuild this whole defense. What is it going to cost for the Eagles to trade in the top 10? Okay, not from 5 to 10, like 1 to 5. Isn't it cost? It might cost you 2 first-round picks. It might. It's going to cost you that much. Oh, Clark, you nailed it on the head, bro. He said this offseason is so confusing, dude. It is, but at sometimes when you think about it, it kind of makes sense too. The Eagles not getting big-time free agents. The Eagles being very cheap. The Eagles don't want to build around Jalen Hurts. The Eagles don't want to add more pieces around him. Okay. Besides Zach Pascal, obviously, that was the only thing that they really did that they added around him. But I got to tell you, it's starting to scare me a little bit that they haven't done that. And look what they're doing with some of these quarterbacks right now. So he says, I'm really iffy about trading for DK Metcalf. I've seen the money Hill and Adams just got. No, DK is going to ask for 25 a year. I don't know. DK really worth. No. Mayor says, I think the Eagles going at wide receiver. I put a 1K right now. How seeing dudes going for high prices. He's thinking I'm a draft one in the dudes. I doubt we go in season with the wide receiver core. Yeah, look, I think there's a good chance the Eagles will get a receiver in the first round. I said if they pass on some of these receivers that are getting paid, the market was huge. And Howie Roseman tried to make a really good trade for Calvin Ridley, which didn't work out, which I thought at this point Calvin Ridley was probably perfect for this offense. But that trade was rumored to be a third-round pick. The Eagles were actually giving away a third-rounder for Calvin Ridley, which I think is a big steal. You know what I mean? A big steal for Calvin Ridley. I thought it was a good steal. So we'll see. But you can go into this draft. Eagles will have the pick of the litter with wide receivers. No joke. I'm looking at Treylon Burks. I'm looking at Chris Olave. Okay, Jameson Williams is probably my top 3 right now with some of these guys. Garrett Wilson. I mean, Drake London's another guy that I'm not really a big fan of. I know Mayor Slate, you did put out a thing on Twitter. I saw that, I'm really iffy about Drake London. Probably one of the only receivers I'm very iffy about in the first round. Kurt John says, I think they will go for a quarterback. The way they announced Hertz as a starter already at the end of the season was weird. Probably just psyching his competition out. And yeah, dude, like, he named Jalen Hurts the starting quarterback for next year. At the end of the year, he's like, Jalen Hurts starting quarterback for 2022. I'm like, when is Howie Roseman so forward at a press conference? You know what I mean? Like, when is he that forward? And it's crazy. Granzier says, hitting the like button to show support. Appreciate it very much, man. We got 323 in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have it. Cover the Eagles every single day. Check out some of the videos. Like the stream before you leave today. Much love to everybody. Join the stream. Hit the like button. And we're going to keep going, man. We're ready. We're ready for this. They said, Joey, it says Howie took a player out for dinner as cheap as Howie is made, as close to drawing the kid as possible. And then you want to get to know the kid on top of it. You know, when you have dinner with draft prospects, you're very interested. Okay, you don't take, it's a due diligence move, maybe, but at the same time, you don't take someone out to dinner because you're not going to draft them or you're not interested in drafting that person. You know what I mean? So I get it. DJ Morgan Mark says the Eagles are 2 on and off of players, which is by one besides homesick players will come to us. Prayer Bud says, I say we trade Hertz at first for a receiver and roll with the stack. I mean, they could. It could happen. Yeah, Miami got Tyreek Hill, bro. I don't think it's a good move on their part. I don't think Tua's going to get it done. Bro, Tua's not going to be able to manage that. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I think that's too much pressure on him, to be honest. Like, now he's got pressure on him. Now it's like this is the year of, like, if Tua can't get it done, he's gone. Tyreek Hill is one of those receivers where you have to have really good chemistry with. And if you can't get the ball to him, you know, because Tyreek can really run some crazy twitchy routes. Okay, like he's the best at doing it, man. He's pretty much a human joystick. I mean, it's crazy. Zarek says, Joey Shakes, that's my point. Eagles aren't targeting number one receiver in free agency because they need to focus on getting Smitty more targets. They only have 68 targets on the offense. But I wouldn't doubt they're drafting another receiver in this draft this year. There's no doubt about it. Samuel says, hey, Joey, they missed on Jefferson, so they got to make up for that. I believe Olave second pick, most definitely. I mean, Olave definitely with 16. I would do it. Olave was supposed to be what Reagan was supposed to be. That's what I think. NFL World says the Miami Dolphins have reached 5-year deal with Teron Armstead. Yeah, so they signed Armstead's a defensive tackle, I think. Yeah, they didn't want him to leave. They really wanted him badly. You see all these teams spending all this money, but where are they going to go? I don't know. GSLA says, where is Wagner or Honey Badger going to go? I have no idea. I don't know if they're going to come here, but we'll see. Matt Corral, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched much on these QBs, man. I really haven't. Quarterback has been the furthest position I've looked at before. Obviously, this news did come out the past couple of days. So some people are saying Matt Corral's better than Pickett. Some are saying Pickett's better. I don't know. I've never watched these guys before, so I'm just being honest. Victor says we need a number one vet wide receiver to pair with Devante. Well, there's a number one vet. I don't think they're trained for a number one vet. I mean, you already have a number one here. You need a complementary, productive piece to Devante Smith. You don't need a number one vet, but a complementary piece to Devante Smith. Easy Money is definitely happy today because Matt Corral's pro day is today in an hour. Prayer Bud says Smitty won't get targets if he forces double coverage more than half the time. Stephen LeBron says, I think Eagles want to go compete youth. Almost the 5 picks Eagles will pick with the all to be bust compared to trading for. Jose said 2022 free agency has turned the NFL upside down for the upcoming season. UN says, hey, Joey, Philly Farmer is having a meltdown. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know why he's mad. I don't know why he's mad at it. Like, they would have had to pay him a lot of money. Like, I don't know why he's mad at it. It's not like he was going to be a cheap deal. Like, to acquire, you have to give away 4 picks and pay him to be the highest paid receiver. If that's what Tyreek Hill wanted, the Eagles weren't going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, go, if he's live streaming, tell him that. Tell him I said that. Come on. You got to, there's no way. I mean, me and Philly 500 disagree on a lot. Some things we definitely disagree on. But how can you be excited for Tyreek Hill? He wasn't coming here. Sean says, been watching every day. Doing great work, brother. Flagos 5. Sean, I appreciate it, man, very much. Derek says, Nathaniel Hall, they tried to sign Robinson, who signed with the Rams, and he tried to sign Marcus Williams, who took huge money from the Ravens. Dave K says, Joey, Howie is cheap. Taking our out Pickett to dinner is the drafting the kid. I mean, it's what it sounds like. Okay, it's what it sounds like, but it doesn't mean that they're going after him. It doesn't mean that they're going to, that it's going to happen, but it's scary to think about. It's really scary to think about. Let's see. Granger says, yes, Joey Shakes, Burger 31 said sub to you. Fins up, man. You didn't answer the question on the trade rumor, fam. Which trade rumor? No, I appreciate it. Shout out to Bird Gang 31 too, man. I appreciate you subbing as well because he's a good content creator. Carl says, Joey, the Philadelphia Eagles are built team now. Are a built team now. I know. ASMR says Phillies have proven they want to win. The Eagles look to be fine going 9-8 again. Nate Banks, I can't imagine the Eagles starting a wide receiver core, Smith, Watkins, and Pascal. I imagine we're getting a receiver round one, but still really, really young. Look, if they don't want to pay a receiver right now, I could really see them, okay? If they don't want to pay a receiver right now, I could really see them going after receiver first to second round. I could see it happening to get that complimentary piece for Devante Smith. And then they can move Quez around or they can do whatever. I mean, it could happen. Just because Pascal is here doesn't mean anything. Okay, I think he's a good number 3, but we'll see. Jason, I heard that Seahawks are working on an extension for Metcalf. That's what I heard as well. Exhibit says, Wilson and London will probably be gone by 15 anyway. Bymer says if they aren't willing to build around Hertz, that's why the Ridley trade, you would still have to sign him a big contract. I don't know how much Ridley was going to cost, though. Like, how much would I don't care how much the market is, dude. Like, the market could be whatever it is, but Ridley missed a lot of games last year. Okay, so Ridley can't just be like, oh, this receiver's getting paid, 30-something million a year, and that's what I want because I'm a receiver and I want a big contract just like that. It doesn't really go the same direction. I feel like they traded for him, it would have been done, and yeah, they would have had to extend him. Definitely, I think that would have happened. I think that was on the table too, but it wouldn't have been as much as probably everyone thought it was going to be. So. I'm like, are you stupid move by Hill? I never liked him anyway. Miami, are you serious? Yeah, I don't know. That move, it's exciting for them, but at the same time, like if the chemistry isn't there between Tua and Tyreek Hill, it's going to be an issue. Like it's going to be an issue. ASMR said, I wanted strong veteran wide receiver, not a rookie. Easy Money says Quez underrated. He's open a ton, especially deep, but doesn't get targets. Yeah, and I agree with that. I totally agree with that. He would have been a 1,000-yard receiver this year. I believe Quez Watkins would have been a 1,000-yard receiver this year. There's no doubt about it. That's what I think. Beard XL Gaming says Jameson Williams the best out of all. He's ready to be for the season. I think he's on my top 3 board right now. Jameson Williams is great. Coming off that injury, it's scary, but man, the guy could play. The guy could play really well. You know what I mean? We got Super Chat from Common Star. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, no wide receivers worth QB money and 5 draft picks. True that. I am glad they did not get Hill because the Dolphins gave way too much for him. We will be fine without Hill. Yeah. Yeah, no. If we traded for him and we gave up that much, yeah, great, exciting, but it's a lot. You need to take care of sunglasses off. I pounded the table at Michael Thomas weeks ago, and people came for me about money. Well, Michael Thomas is going to cost a lot, too. He's like 20. Look, he's a lot lower than he's going to cost towards the cap. He's like $20-something million cap hits the next 3 years. 20-something million, 20-something million, 20-something million the next 3 years. I forgot what it is, but it's in the 20s. He's not going to be cheap either to hold on to. Like this is what's going on, guys. These guys aren't going to be cheap. That's the whole point of this whole thing. You know what I mean? Will Gon says the Dolphins trust you more than Eagles trust Hertz, but Hertz showed more promise. We should have at least put an offer for Hill just to know for staying. Yeah, but they probably, even if they were putting down an offer, they probably knew that they weren't even. That was probably going to be a waste of time. Probably was going to be a waste of time. Barnes says 4 of those picks were junk. Dave says, I think we're getting Treylon Burke in the first round. That's my number 1 guy right now. Treylon Burke is my number 1 receiver coming out of this draft from Arkansas. Arnold Gallagher says, drafting wide receivers so we can get Rager and Whiteside out of the roster. I pray to God we don't draft a QB. No QB is worth the first round. Well, that's what I'm saying. No QB is worth it. Like, these quarterbacks are not worth top 5, okay? They're not worth the top 5, top 10 pick. But teams are going to get desperate because then they see these pro days, their stock is going to rise up, and then they're going to go after these guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happens. Kids Flores says, if Hertz doesn't work out this coming season, what would the Eagles do? They're nothing. I mean, they're going to be trading back one of these first-round picks regardless. I think a first-round pick is going to get traded back in, extra first for next year, and then you'll have some ammo to trade up for another quarterback if the Eagles obviously don't pick one this year, and if Hertz doesn't work out in 2022. So it's interesting. Ron says, I really don't want a QB, man. I'm really disappointed in how this offseason is going. Really thought we were going in for a big boom. That's what I thought. But I saw the cap space, and I was like, the Eagles only make maybe 2 really big moves. Maybe that. And Hassan Reddick came here for nothing. I mean, on a really good contract. I thought it was a fair contract. And then, going for Marcus Williams was number 2. They put in a bid for Christian Kirk, which obviously that was going to happen. Christian Kirk messed up the whole entire wide receiver market. Thank you, Doug Peterson. Justin says Traylon Burks will be a guy we were mentioning about not drafting in year 2. Bank on it. I agree, man. I think the tape shows a lot more. I know he ran a 4.5, which I don't think it matters. But, man says, who cares about 4th or 5th round picks? Well, I mean, Quez is a 4th. Oh, Quez is a 5th. Well, yeah, Quez is a 5th round pick, isn't he? A 5th rounder? Tyler says, any chance you would call up Miami and get Parker would be nice opposite Smitty and have Pascal in the slot. I would love it. But look, Devante Parker is actually I think, he's got hands. He's a deep threat. He's a nice vertical threat. But look here. Devante Parker is only going to cost you like 7. What is it? I have it right here. I had it up just in case we were going to talk about it. $8.74 million for the year, and he's $9 million for next year. So he's very affordable for the Philadelphia Eagles. Very affordable contract. And because Eagles are going in for Kenny Pickett's not a doubt in my mind. Lawrence Gary says Michael Thomas is way better than Tyreek Still, though. I think so. MSR said I don't think many players want to play with Hertz, and I definitely agree with that. We need to bring Steven Nelson back. That's one move I think might actually happen. But I don't think we're signing a veteran cornerback until after the draft like we did last year. Patrick Peterson's out there. Xavier Rhodes is out there, but am I into, I want to draft a homegrown talent at cornerback, but I just don't think they're drafting a corner in the first round this year. I think they're going to increase this pass rush and get a veteran corner, number 2, opposite side of big play Slay. And I think that's what they're going to do this year. Kevin, I would have given the 19th tops for Hill. Other than that, have fun in Miami. Yeah, I'm not giving away that much. No way. Amongst the Eagles lack. I mean, we have Miami's first round pick this year on top of it. I know they have another first round pick they got from San Francisco, I think. I forgot what the other pick was. But they're still giving up picks. When I said the Eagles lack money, they're going to go all in on this draft. Michael Thomas says the Eagles will draft a receiver in the second middle rounds. Wouldn't be surprised if they get tight end in the 3rd round if they are to run oriented and need a Robin to go with Dallas Goedert. I mean, they could. I don't think tight end is really big on their list, but they could draft one mid rounds. I don't think they're going to draft one that early. I mean, I think it's going to be a little non-crazy, but we'll see though. I don't think it's going to be that much though. You know what I mean? I get it though. I definitely get it. Prairie Bud says if Eagles go for a QB, expect them to trade up in the draft into the top 7. That's where they're going to have to trade into the top 7. They're going to have to trade maybe to the top 5 at this point to go get a quarterback if that's the case. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's going to be crazy. We got a super chat from Jose Serrano. Appreciate it very much. Says 5 picks. Wow, they gave up the future. Dude, Tyreek Hill's a good player, but you got to have, if I'm telling you, if the chemistry isn't there, and then I don't think Tyreek Hill just goes to a roster and he could be successful. You got to incorporate him right in that offense, and that's a whole different story. You know what I mean? Shout out to Philly 500 with the super chat. Much love, man. He says Howie Vision, dude. I'm telling you, man. Look, Philly 500 believes we're going to get a quarterback. Okay, me and him been talking the past. We actually talked all last night, not in that way, but we talked all last night and the past couple days, and it could happen, man. It could happen. Do I think they're worth top 10 picks? No, but Howie Roseman's got 3 first round picks, it could happen, man. Shout out to Philly 500, man. We'll be talking a lot more about this definitely this week. So, Brian says, hope the Eagles pick a winner with that pick. I hope so, too. I mean, I really hope so. I really do. Chris Scott says, I'm tired of the mediocre wide receivers like Devante Parker because they're cheap. You can't win with them. You need elite talent to win. It's not, I mean, Devante Parker's not mediocre. He can, Eagles are just trying to get productive guys. You have your number 1 guy in Devontae Smith. All you need is a counterpiece, somebody that's going to produce at a mid-tier level, and that's all you really need. I'm not looking for another number 1 here. I'm looking for a guy that's going to be a nice counterpiece. You don't need to go crazy and get a guy and trade for the best. Because, look, the better the receiver you're trading for, the better the receiver that you're trying to trade for, obviously, you're going to be paying a lot of money. You're going to be paying a lot of money, and you're going to be probably giving up a lot of draft picks. And the Eagles aren't doing that. The Eagles are keeping their draft picks this year. I don't see them trading for anybody. I really don't. Kingboy said, to be real, I wouldn't care if Sanders go. Yeah, Sanders is another one. Another guy that's very injury prone right now, and we need him to get at least his first touchdown this year. And I don't know. Eagles are building this offensive line very nicely right now, and I don't know if they're going to pay a running back that much money. Like you see Ezekiel Elliott getting paid $18 million to be a 4-yard rusher as of right now with the Cowboys, and hasn't been anything since the first 3 years being into the league. So Henrik Bernard says Davis, Stingley, Dean, Lloyd would be perfect in round 1, in my opinion. If for some reason we don't trade back, no, I would love it. I would go Davis, Dean, Davis, Lloyd. I mean, I still want a defensive tackle regardless. Like, look, I think if there's a defensive end that I would get in this draft, I think it would be Jermaine Johnson. Me and Philly 500 did talk about the other day, a few days ago, on Travon Walker and how he had such a good combine, but only 6 sacks next to that defensive line in Georgia. It kind of worries you a little bit how he didn't produce a little bit more. So I definitely see that. So it's kind of crazy. We got a super chat from Comet Star says we're going to draft a receiver 3, which will be good. Yeah, and look, we already have a receiver 3 and Zach Pascal right now. They need a number 2 guy. I mean, if they want a number 2 guy, they'll go get him, or a complimentary piece. Pascal might start the whole time. They could move Pascal. Pascal might only be in place for certain times. Nick Sirianni has coached him up pretty well. They are pretty close, so we'll see what happens with that. 3500, what's going on? I said with Super Chat says Eagles can't land any of these wide receivers. They have no plans to. They're trading up for a QB. Nothing else makes sense. They're not. The receiver market's really bad right now. The Eagles cannot afford it. Calvin Ridley was supposed to be the guy traded here. The Eagles rumored to give the Falcons a 3rd-round pick for Calvin Ridley. You know what I mean? So I think, it makes sense. I mean, look, when you talked about, how the Eagles weren't really high on free agency, they weren't going after big name targets. They tried monitoring a few situations. They went after Marcus Williams. They did a few things here and there, but receiver market has been so bad. They can go in this draft and go get one, but at the same time, they're not hitting on a receiver this year and free agency. Obviously, they missed on a lot of guys that they were supposedly interested in. So if they don't build around Jalen Hurts, they don't want to give away big contracts building around Jalen Hurts right now. So they're waiting to get their quarterback. And I think, it's a possibility. I think it's a 50-50 shot whether they trade up. And I'm glad that, we're going to find out early in this draft when we watch it the first night to see if they actually trade up in the top 5, top 7, whatever it's going to be. But, we'll see. But, Philly 500's right in some aspects. So I can't stray away from it couldn't happen, but it could happen. Trust me. It could happen. No joke. NFL World said a busy week, few weeks in the AFC North. Which team do you think is the best in the division as of right now? Oh man, I mean it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. The AFC is going to be so crazy. The AFC is going to be so nuts right now. I'm just looking at a contract now. The AFC is going to be so nuts this year. So much competition. It's no joke. It's really no joke. The NFC is so wide open right now. It's so open right now. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. But hold on. I think I'm lost here. I mean, even if you look at the AFC North, I have the Bengals being probably the best team out if that's the case. But we'll see. Andy Hand says Parker's coming off injuries and getting older. Unless it's a late round pick and paying a salary, Howie's not going to do that. Yeah, I know. He's had some injury history on top of it. So he's had some injury history. It can't be a high draft pick. It can't be a high draft pick. So Paul says we are drafting one DL and one wide receiver first round. They could do that. They could. I think they'll go after receivers since the market is too expensive, and I think Howie kind of sensed the market was going to be kind of crazy for wide receivers this year. Hence why we tried trading for Calvin Ridley that probably should have been an Eagle already. So I get it. Young said we need a complementary piece to form a solid duo. Kevin says, and you guys keep questioning that trade, but yes, Miami is better because of Hill. The picks don't after if you can't draft, and it's true. And it's true. I don't know. Look, yeah, it makes them better, but can they get it done? Can they actually get it done with Tyreek Hill? That's going to be the big question. Zachary says, Philly swag, bet on the Eagles jersey. You don't take a QB. Judd says, I like the Pascal sign. Remember all the OPIs that caused against us last year with the wide receiver screens. Our receivers wouldn't sell the blocks enough. Pascal will help those pick plays. Yeah, so he's here for special teams. He's a very good blocker. I mean, Pascal is probably one of the best at blocking. As a receiver, and he can play inside and outside. So you have some really good. You have a really good. I like the signing a lot. I really do like the Pascal signing a lot. I do. Brady Bear said, does anyone understand how much Tyreek would have changed the offense? His speed immediately helps the run game ever. How can you keep safeties in the box? I understand that, dude, but we can't even – dude, you have to look at it like this. We can't even scheme Devante Smith the right way as a number one receiver right now. Devante Smith got the ball in that Tampa Bay wildcard game with 1:14 left on the clock, dude. All year long, the Eagles could not even scheme. They literally schemed Reagan more as a number one than they did Devante Smith. That's the problem. So even with Tyreek Hill coming here, I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, yeah, it gets your receiver core a lot better, but number one, could Hertz throw to Tyreek Hill? Can he get the ball, which he's already struggling with enough receivers as it is? And number two, you got to have good, Devante Smith is not even incorporated the way they want to incorporate him as the number one receiver right now. That's the big problem I have. Like, Devante Smith deserves more. This is affecting his money. Like, when he doesn't look good, it's affecting his money. Under 1,000 yards receiving is a total joke. It's a joke. 647 yards for Quez, total joke. You have some really good receivers here. We haven't even hit the ceiling with these guys yet because we have a mediocre quarterback right now that not the anticipation on throws, not hitting on your first read, not, scanning the defense. You know what I mean? Like, Hertz can improve a lot next year, but he really has to make a big stride into year 3. Technically, in my opinion, it's year 2 because he only played a few games in 2020. So really, Jalen Hertz has only played a year and a half of football when you think about it. It's not that much time when you think about it, but Will says, who really has the star power in this draft? Who has the star power in this draft? I don't know. Depends on what you need. Depends on really what you need, like badly, position-wise. So I was said Parker would be great, big body number 2. Yeah, I like Parker. I have no problem with Parker. Must say we would be here if Howie picked the right receivers in the draft. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but I think as of right now, they could go receiver in the first or second round if they don't go after a quarterback. Jermaine Johnson is my favorite defensive end in the range of Eagles are in. Yeah, definitely. From 12 to 15, I think Jermaine Johnson is definitely there for the Eagles. I wouldn't draft Trevon Walker or Karlaftis. I think Jermaine Johnson is pretty much going to be my guy since Ojabo is probably going to be dropping to the 3rd, 4th rounds, most likely, unless somebody takes a chance on him earlier. I don't know. And because I can't believe people were trying to say Hertz is on the same level. Pastors Malik Willis. I'm even laughing. Yeah, no, I don't know. Definitely not. Definitely not. Even when you watch Jalen Hurts' pro day, he underthrew a lot of balls, like, and then didn't really throw in stride too much. And look, Malik Willis ain't perfect either, during game day. He's thrown some inconsistent passes too. I think when it comes to an arm standpoint, you have it with Malik Willis, and that's all I'm saying. I think with a good coach, with a really good coach, I think you could do some good things with him. Denzel Washington's evil twin said, none of us should be mad if the QB we get is Willis. No, I mean, look, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Like, it just depends, like, how many picks we have left, how the rest of this draft goes. And so what happens if they draft Malik Willis? Do they trade Jalen Hurts? Do they sit him and trade Gardner Minshew? Do they make Hurts the backup? That's going to be the next question if they actually draft a quarterback. That's going to be the next step, pretty much. We got Super Chat for Common Star. Appreciate it very much. Says Pascal was lined up as the wide receiver 2 last year. The fact that he might be a wide receiver 4 just says a lot about our core is solid. All we need is one more solid wide receiver. I agree. But as soon as Nick Sirianni left the Colts to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, he went from over 600-yard seasons to like a 300-yard season. So his production definitely went down, moved down the depth chart a little bit. So I think this is a good spot for Pascal. I think this is perfect for the Eagles. I think they're pretty much one receiver away from really getting this thing together. But we're going to have to look at Shane Steichen with the route combinations and just, getting these guys, ready to win every single week, getting these guys in good position to win football games. And on top of that, it's Jalen Hurts. That's it. Eugene says Jalen must work on his accuracy and not rely on his legs all the time. Yeah, that's true too, man. Like, your legs only get you so far. I think having Jalen Hurts' legs is definitely a plus in his skill set. But if teams start shutting down the pass and you make the Eagles one-dimensional, he's going to be running for his life. And, these read options aren't going to work. I mean, it only gets you so far. Aaron said, I wonder if Smith Shutter was a Howie of Chip Pack. Jeremiah Butler says, let's face it, people. We are in a rebuild, plain simple. And that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Mudd says, I don't trust Howie drafting. We are in trouble. Basically, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word. Brand picks it. I see the Eagles getting Garrett Wilson or Crystal. Oh, yeah, Olave, definitely. I mean, 2 Ohio State receivers, which a lot of people aren't high on, like Ohio State for receivers because they never pan out. But I think they got a couple good ones this year. Zachary says, comment star, that's what everyone said. Don't understand. We just need someone to replace Jalen Reagor and Devante Smith. Not Devante Smith. Emmy says, Hertz is a much better passer than Willis. Let's not pretend. Throwing against air and shorts is impressive. You actually watch a full Willis game, he's not good. And so I take Olave over Wilson. Olave runs great routes and is crazy fast. Yeah, I think Olave is a better route runner than Garrett Wilson, but Garrett Wilson's good too. I mean, Garrett Wilson's really good. He's got a little bit more size than Olave, so a lot of sharps. I'm conflicted, bro. Devin Lloyd was slow at the combine, but at tape, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Devin Lloyd, like, he didn't have a good combine, but his lateral speed looked really good. Like, he looked really smooth. I don't put the 40 time into linebackers that much, you know what I mean, to a certain, because they're not running 40 yards in a straight line. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're at a short stint with runs, you know what I mean, when you're a linebacker. But I get it. I think lateral speed is pretty much very important, but I think the tape is showing a lot more for Devin Lloyd. The tape shows a lot more. Brian Lowe says, send Minshew to the Panthers for Robbie Anderson. The coach says, I feel like they draft the QB. See how Hertz does to make the decision this year. Scheme team says, yeah, Willis ain't that good. Zachary says, man, you realize that Howie's actually a really good GM at drafting, right? Please name one team that has hit on every draft pick. No, that's definitely true, man. That's definitely true. There's not teams that do that. Because it's Howie Roseman, the Eagles put a lot of pressure on him. The fans put a lot of pressure on him every year because he's been doing it year in and year out. But last year's draft, I thought, was a pretty good draft. An A- draft, in my opinion. Especially with Landon Dickerson working out as a second-round pick that was supposed to be drafted as a late first-round pick. Yeah. Ben Walt says, no, they will do something they did with Carson, draft a QB, then Jalen will be pissed. I mean, Jalen's going to be motivated. That's going to be the difference. Jalen will be motivated instead of cry, okay, and curl up in a ball, okay, just like Carson Wentz did, and be mentally drawn back. Let's see. Andrew says, if Baker has no value, Minshew has even less. Oh, that's not true, dude, because Baker's a starter and Minshew's a backup quarterback. And he's going to be cheap. Minshew is going to be cheap this year. He's a little over $900,000 for the year, which he's cheap, and he's above average backup quarterback. I think he's going to have more value, to be honest. Michael said, I give up commenting. Thanks for the content, bro. Hey, no problem, man. Don't give up commenting, bro. You're good. You're good. It's just hard to get through everything, man. Craig Miller said, how do you feel about trading up for a Sauce Gardner? I mean, they could do that. I mean, he's going to be in the top 10. Robert says, the way with this free agency is going with different players, Eagles might draft the QB. It could happen, man. It could happen. Spike said, Eagles fans are losing their minds over free agency. How he forced the coaching staff to present Reagor as a number 2. It didn't work. It didn't work. They made him seem like a number 1. They passed the ball to him like he's a number 1 guy. That's what pisses me off. Richie MC, Eagles need to move ahead of the Ravens at 14, at least in the first round. Ravens will take the player the Eagles were going to select, and Marcus Smith, like, panic will happen in the draft room. Parabud says, if Jalen can work out his sling like Lamar did, things could be looking up. Maybe. Amir says, we can't even build with a QB on a rookie deal. We managed this cap terribly. Essentially, Vibes Entertainment, I think we definitely need to trade back with pick 19. Couple teams behind us, maybe be afraid we take their guy and overpay. Zachary says, man, Colts trade a first for Wentz. Chiefs drafted McCoy Hardman over A.J. Brown. Patriots took Keneal Harry over A.J. Brown. Bengals missed hella draft picks. Yeah, but the last 2 years have been really good. The last 2 years have been, look, it only takes a couple years, and look what they do, but they have the quarterback to do it. Okay, they drafted their quarterback. Then they drafted their number 1 weapon for their quarterback, and they made it work. You know what I mean? They made it work, but their cap space is pretty good. You know, they made some good. Even they got some more offensive line help this year, which is really going to help him out a lot. Slick says we need a better wide receiver coach. I don't know. I'm actually, the one thing we haven't been looking at is the coaching staff. Like, they haven't changed nothing with this coaching staff. I mean, nobody. I mean, they haven't changed one position coach, nothing. I'm kind of shocked, actually. Miles Thomas and Terry McLaurin were both great Ohio State receivers. Stacey says, start Minshew, our best QB scored in 7-8 drives with the Jets, 17 versus Dallas with backup receivers in one half, while Hertz scored 20 in the whole game of the starters. I think Minshew has some trade value. He does. Larry says, Stick, they need to replace Aaron Morstead and Hines Ward for Jeremy Macklin. We got a super chat from Shaw Sharp. I appreciate it, man. Didn't say anything, but I appreciate it, man, very much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Did I skip on something? Or no? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm good. I thought I skipped on something. I got confused. I got confused for a second. Here we go. Brian Willis to send Minshew to the Panthers for Robbie. Robbie Anderson, like I'm not a big fan of Robbie because Robbie's just got speed and that's it. Other than that, he's got nothing else. I need someone a little bit more physicality and someone that's I don't know, just somebody. I'm not really into it. I'm not really into it too much. Alex says Davis and cornerback fantastic. That would be great too. I don't think they're drafting a cornerback in the first round. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. That's just me though. You know what I mean? We got super chat from Pharaoh says, thank you very much, man. He says, time to trade for Devante Parker, a bona fide number 2. I think he would. I think he'd be a great number 2. I do. He's only going to cost you. He's only going to cost you $8.7 million this year and $9 million next year. I mean, that's all he's going to cost you right now. So, Jordan says Malik Willis looks like an even bigger juju. Easy Money says players used to want to come to Philly. Our QB can't pass now. We're not real contenders with a bad passer. Part of it is the Eagles. You know, there's receivers. I mean, especially receivers. Like receivers know that we run the ball a lot, and receivers know that Jalen Hurts can't read a defense or can't get the ball to his receivers. And they see Devante Smith having under 1,000 yards, which is a travesty, which is disgusting in my opinion. The guy should have over 1,100 yards. Over 1,100 yards. I mean, for me at least, I think that's what he should have. Stacy says, Andrew, you listen to the media too much. Howell is better than Lawrence. He was ready 2 years ago. Best arm, he'll run over you. Commenter said, imagine Treylon Burks in our offense. I think he would be great fit with Smith and Watkins. I think it'd be perfect. Limit said, we're not making coach change because we're getting a new QB. Iron Mo says, change my name so you don't attempt the last name. What's the cap look like calculating the calculation? As 500 says of our draft picks, do we even have any money left to play with? No. I mean, we have less than $27 million right now. I mean, it's not much. Less than 27. You need $10.5 million to sign your draft picks, your undrafted free agents. Okay, just think about it. You take $10 million off 27. Okay, you're down to 17. Okay, there's not much. You have no cap to do anything. So these people are like signing Tyreek Hill and signing. You're not going to get it done. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. It's just not. You're not going to get it done. You know what I mean? You're not going to get it done as of right now. So I get it. You know. Zara said, easy money. The Bengals only 2 signings this year. Nick says, is everyone forgetting that Jalen Hurts took the Eagles to the playoffs with a rookie head coach and a team that Wentz could only get 3.5 wins with? Yeah. Look, if we didn't have a 7 seed last year, we wouldn't be in the playoffs. If the Eagles didn't need help at the end of the year, we wouldn't be in the playoffs. You understand? So, I mean, there was 2 things that had to have happened. They're lucky there was a 7 seed. They added another seed to the playoffs. But I give them credit, though. I give Nick a lot of credit. I give Hertz a lot of credit because I think Hertz did get better from early 21 to late 21. But Amir says, we take too long to get rid of players. Will says, let's not ignore the history. We won't draft linebacker, safeties, or good corners. Let's see. Provox says, yo, California Eagle. What's going on, man? Corral has a stronger arm than Trevor Lawrence. Andrew says, Sheldon Brown and Leo Shepard were damn good corners, bro. And hopefully we get to that point again. Richie says, Wentz cannot read a defense. Where are the wideouts signing with the Commanders? Hawk 205 said, Eagles still talking receivers for like 10 straight years and can't get it right. Primetime says, Hertz, Sanders, Goddard, Smith, Parker, Watkins, and draft the receiver. We can win the division, maybe a playoff game. So you're saying get Parker and draft the receiver on top of it. Riff says, one thing I don't want is to go into the draft with many holes because that's what you begin reaching They need to patch this roster up, even if it was mid-level players at safety and linebacker. I think those are two positions they definitely have to go after if it's not for defensive line. I mean, there's so many holes. 2 defensive tackles are going to be free agents this year. Your defensive ends is definitely very light right now. Teron Jackson's not enough. Josh Sweat's a good rotational guy that should get between 7 to 10 sacks on the contract that he is getting, so he needs to produce more. Derek Barnett is gone, and Brandon Graham's coming off an Achilles injury. So defensive end is very light. You have Milton Williams behind defensive tackle, which is great, but you still need that one piece there. You need a linebacker to complement TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards is going to be another free agent. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and TJ Edwards are going to be free agents. It's scary, dude. It's scary. It really is. ASMR says, it's a shame, Joey, because receivers like Smith don't come on. No, they don't, man. Like, they got a bona fide number one guy on another roster right now would have over 11 to 1,200 yards receiving. I'm not even kidding. I can't imagine what Devante Smith would do with another team right now. I really don't. So, Brian says, Eagles wide receiver history, they love speedy guys that take the top off the defense. Go get Hollywood Brown or Brandon Cooks. Hollywood Brown was definitely on an Eagles radar. Running back in Hollywood Brown in that draft, that's when we drafted Andre Dillard. Heavy defensive draft, but, that was like a Hollywood Brown type draft, to draft him or somebody else. So, Jeremiah says, I think you're figuring the last year's team that went to that was Wentz didn't do well. Dave says, I wouldn't give up anything more than a 5th round for Parker. That dude is always hurt. I wouldn't give up that much for him either. Easy Money to McClay. They don't want to go QBs proven all offseason. All big start players hasn't went to a star team was Tyreek today. Von Miller said he chose Buffalo because of Josh Allen. I'm telling you, even defensive players want to come to a team because of a quarterback that leads the whole entire team. And that makes a whole difference too. NFL World said, NFL Network, T.Y. Hilton said he wants to play football and is open to doing it for the Colts or another team. And T.Y. is like, what is he, 31? I mean, he's got to be in his 30s. He's another guy that's going to retire soon. And if the Eagles could pick up Will Fuller, he could be healthy enough for 2 whole games this season. I was about to say, bro, I'm like, he's always hurt. If he could be healthy for 2 games, I'd be shocked at this point. Now it's the house left on in the morning, so we couldn't give the Chiefs a call. Mayor Slate said it's a lot of things. Hertz did that. QBs could not. It's a lot of times he put the team on his back. Can we not give him flowers? Zachary says the Colts plan on playing Matt Pryor at left tackle this season. Dude, no, but dude, Matt Pryor got an extension. Like, Matt Pryor went to the Colts and he played really well. He just got an extension with the Colts this past offseason. We couldn't. Matt Pryor was horrible with us. With the Colts, he's a really good. He's actually really good. I totally forgot about Matt Pryor. Flick says Derek Barnett is still a free agent. I swear, if we bring him back, I'm gonna be pissed. I hope not. Jeremiah Butler is the biggest offseason yet. The biggest, probably one of the most entertaining for every other team in the NFL, but for us, definitely not. Kenny Pickett and Jarvis Landry, I'm happy. Duay Gang says, I'm okay with Hertz being a QB again this season, but as of right now, he's not even a top 25 QB, and I don't even see him improving. I can't develop an arm and an accurate deep ball, especially after 3 years. I get it. Well, I mean, it's not 3 years. It's technically going into his 3rd season, and really, technically, he's only played a year and a half of NFL football right now. So Eagles will eventually sign Ridley after his spent. That's what I'm kind of waiting for. So it looks like Ridley is going to go against the NFL and try to he's going to try to fight this thing, again, suspended for a year, which I think is totally ridiculous. So I could see it happening down the road. Maybe it's more of a next year thing, or maybe they sign before the trade deadline. Maybe I don't know. Dolphins got Chase Edmonds. They got Edmonds as well. Jesus, man, the money. Like I feel like we're just so poor. I think we're we're just the poor man's team right now. No joke. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Let's see here. We got James says Landry's still free. Landry's still out there. He's still out there. Any interest in DK trade to Philly? I would love it. But it's looking like it looks like DK wants another extension soon. He's gonna need another extension soon. But if he's gonna want like Devante Adams money or something, or even Christian Kirk money at this point, I don't know. Like I don't like these players. Like that's why the market's gonna screw up. All these teams get screwed over by one contract. Christian Kirk started that, and it kind of, the wide receiver market wasn't doing really well. Armo says Dotson or USU would be our best bet wide receiver in early draft, and any late round cornerback on your radar. Late round, late round. I mean, I don't know too much in the late rounds with cornerbacks. So McCreary, I think, would be a nice addition because I think he's one of the most underrated guys in this draft. People are looking over him a little bit, so I think McCreary would be awesome. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Cornerback, I could definitely see another cornerback getting drafted somewhere in the mid rounds. Cornerback, running back, something like that. Andrew says a 6 for Parker, fees fair, some size and risk that Shark have been. Derek said easy money, yet Bengals have made some same amount of signing as Philly, so the Jags have an elite QB now. Jesse says, do you think Smith and Hertz have chemistry? They somewhat do because they know each other, but I mean, no, there's been instances where I remember there was a few times. And look, Devante Smith is so motivated, and I love him for it. He went up to Nick during that game. You got to throw me the ball. He went up to Nick and said, throw me the ball. And Nick totally ignored him. Jalen Hurts went up to Devante Smith on the sideline and said, were you open? And Devante Smith took his arms. He's like, yes. And then at the friggin' game the last year against Tampa Bay, Devante Smith went up to Jalen Hurts and said, you got to give me the ball now. You got to give me the ball. It's just, I think it's going to boil over. I think Devante Smith, if he doesn't get enough targets, and look, that's not being a me guy. That's being like, I can make plays, and I promise you I will make this play. And I would have, if Devante Smith, with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter, we're down 3 points to get a touchdown and win the game, I'm giving the ball to Devante Smith regardless. That's what I'm doing. And you know what? They're not going to do it. And you know what they're going to do? Devante Smith is going to give up on Jalen Hurts because Hurts is just, look, it was nice. You had 2 Alabama boys coming together, used to play with each other. But that was the whole big hype about both of them before last year, before the 21 season. But he can't pass to Devante Smith because Devante Smith gets open for a split second for, that first move, that first hinge that you get as a quarterback. You got to make that throw. You got to make that throw. We got a super chat from Alex White. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, Hertz does not call the scheme, nor does he tell Reagan to get on the field. Stop blaming him for Smith not getting the ball more. Dude, you think that's the main issue about what they're doing? That's the main issue why Devante Smith's not getting the ball. You think it's not Hertz at all. I'm not saying that Shane Steichen isn't to blame either, because his route concepts, route combinations, and his play design isn't great either. Okay, I get that. His play design is not good. But, bro, you got 2 receivers that missed out how many times on passes? Everyone's got to stop, holding Jalen Hurts' hand and just hold him accountable for things. I'm holding not just him accountable, but the offensive coordinator accountable too. So, you know what I mean? It's unfair. It's just really unfair. So it's his fault that he doesn't pass to Jalen Hurts, that doesn't pass to Devante Smith with 1:15 left in the fourth quarter in a wild card game. What offense doesn't give the ball to the number 1 guy in a playoff game till there's a minute left, till there's 1:15 left in the fourth quarter as of right now? Everyone has their own opinion on it, but I put a lot of blame on Hertz as well as the OC. But if you can't make the passes, the OC can look really good because obviously if there's wide open targets, if there's commentators during the game saying this guy was wide open, this guy was wide open, which I've seen every single game, it's a problem. It's a problem. People need to stop holding his jock strap. I'm tired of it. People stop holding his jock. Brandon Bear says probably the worst thing is Jalen Hurts in his vision. He missed wide open receivers constantly, but nobody wants to listen. But everyone thinks it's not his fault though for missing receivers. It is what it is. Keita Short said, I think Devante Smith will be a clutch wide receiver because at least he can catch other than Reagan. And that's true. They were using Jalen Reagan more as a number 1 than Devante Smith. That's what pisses me off. Easy Money says, Carol Pro Day 30 minutes. You're ready, man. I mean, you got popcorn. You got your Matt Corral t-shirt with his face on it. You're ready for this. You're ready for this Pro Day. Armel says, you're a beast, Joey. Keep grinding, brother. Appreciate it, Iron, man. Appreciate it very much, man. My deal, I think Pickett and Smith is the way to go. Shay AK said, I feel like Smith and Hertz may have chemistry friend-wise, but football-wise and teammate-wise, I think they don't personally. I just feel like it's going to go. It's going to hit its limit. Like you're going to year 2 with Devante Smith. I'm telling you right now, like Devante Smith is treated the way he's been treated again this in 21. It's going to boil over on the field. It's going to boil over. We're going to see it. Joe's out. What do we draft D. Smith for? I don't care. I can't add him to get rid of Howie Bums. Our hater says, why are people saying that we don't have money? We have 23 million cap space, which, yeah, but dude, that's not, dude, you need 10 and a, if that's the case, you need $10.5 million to sign your draft class and your undrafted free agents. How much money do you have left? If that's the case, you have 13 million left. 13 million. Technically, we have 13 million in cap. That's it. 23 million is not counting. 23 million is not counting your draft class and your undrafted free agents right now. Corral Smitty would be unstoppable. Corral has a can. Andrew says Bobby Ham Pickett is no joke. Oh, is a joke. Sorry. Roland says Olave will be gone before we pick. And I'm fine with that. I'm good with getting if Olave is gone in top 10, I'm fine with it. Or top 12, whatever the case may be. I am fine. Okay, I am fine with drafting anybody else at receiver. I mean, we have the pick of the litter at receiver at 15, 16. I'm totally fine with it. I'm getting Trevon Burks. I'm getting Jameson Williams. Those are my top 2 guys in this draft right now. So, Andrew says, the multiple teams I've seen Devante frustrated with Hertz about and try and coach him through the season should be the other way around. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Dan Rivers said, I want to see Hertz this year, though, who is motivated to get better. Let's see if he gets better. Facts, Joey. Lauren says Jalen Hurts is trash. Michael says, I think Pickett and Smith is a way to go. One guy says, we held Carson's hand for 4 years. I think Hurts can get at least 3. Zachary says, easy money. Nobody other than that, Bobby, is baby Matt Castle. King Detroit to trade a three-rounder and Jalen Reagor for Jonathan Taylor. He says, good point. Jalen must get on this track this year with chemistry on throws with D. Smith. He is a game changer. Thomas S. says they did give it to our number 1 wide receiver, Reagor. I mean, technically they did. Yeah, technically. I mean, technically they did. No problem, bro. You're good. 48. You're good, bro. Shaggy Case, I don't want to draft a QB, but if we order Matt Corral or Carson Strong would be my choice. Then boys can throw dimes and we don't have to worry about an underthrow that gets picked. Miles said, I think Pickett and Smith is a way to go. One guy says Hertz rant. And, dude, look, even the Chargers game, remember when Hertz caught that ball for that touchdown near the 5-yard line? Like, he underthrew that ball. That ball was way underthrown, inaccurately thrown, and Devante Smith had to come back for it. And luckily, he got the touchdown out of it. You know what I mean? Thank God for his skill set. Thank God that, Devante Smith is really good in open space and is one of the best open space route runners in the league. And I think he will be better. So, David says, Olave, Wilson, or Burks, rank them and why? I mean, I have Burks. I have Burks, Olave, and Wilson just because I think Burks shows a lot more on tape. I think he has a little bit of size with route running and really good catching. Olave is a smaller type guy, which I do like as a number 2 guy. But, I think that was what Reagor was supposed to be. But I just think it's like a size difference between Olave and Burks. And just Wilson in general, I think is a nice counterpiece to Olave. But, I like Olave. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. Brian says, I think Eagles were for feeding the ball to Reagor to try and make him out to be something. That's what I thought. They were kind of force-feeding him. That's what they were doing with him. And it was like, okay, bro, this is kind of too much right now. And everyone said, who pro day is it? Matt Corral. See what Matt Corral looks like today. Zachary says, easy money, bro. How many playoff games did Matt Castle even win Ole Miss? How about that Baylor game? Michael Dillon says, I would get Pickett, Wyatt, and Burke first round. That would be a perfect draft. And look, if they want to, it's just say if they get a quarterback and I have to accept it, then that's fine. If they end up getting Devante, Wyatt, and getting Burke, good. It's a really good draft right there in the first round. And he said, vision is one of the easier things to fix. He is rehabbing, so I'm positive he's filming right this second. Eugene said, also, please, no more bubble screens, 5 years. Yeah, I can't stand the bubble screens, the quick dump off passes. It's getting nuts. Rocky says, I want Burks. Coach Moorhead was running Arkansas receivers drills as Moorhead worked with all the receivers, which is great. I like how some of the Eagles coaches work with some of these draft prospects, which is good. So at least Moorhead will have more of an insight on some of these receivers, which is good. Good sign. Good sign. Miles says we have no to shore up our defense first. Oh, 100%. I have more faith in our offense than our defense right now. Defensively, we need a defensive tackle. We need a defensive end. We need a linebacker. We need a safety. We need everything. We need everything. We need one of each. One of each. Pretty much, we need one of each on all positions on the defensive side of the ball. 100%. 100%. R. Halter says, I think at this point we'll draft a QB round 1 because Howie Sand needs to be fired, especially since we didn't even try to trade for Hill when we could definitely beat the Dolphins' offer. Aaron said, Hertz is a bridge next year's QB. Why waste a pick on this year's garbage QB class? Because people are going to be very desperate and think that these quarterbacks can do a lot more. Like, I don't think they're worth top 5, top 10 picks, but desperation calls, okay, these guys will get drafted early. And really, at the end of the day, if this is all a smokescreen, just say this is all a smokescreen. Eagles are not getting a quarterback. Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett are top 10 picks this year. That just brings more talent to the Philadelphia Eagles and who they want as their guy coming to Philly defensively. So, could happen. Emily said, I feel really bad for Devante Smith. If he wants to be if he went to the Bengals, he could have been like Jamar Chase. Probably better. I'm not even kidding. I think he'd be better than Jamar Chase right now. And I'm not even just saying that. I think he would be better. Edemite says, Matt Corral led the Ole Miss to their best season in school history. Shock says, give me Pickett over Hertz any day. Need a real QB. Henry says, at this point, trade all 3 first for Herbert. Yeah, at this point. And it says there isn't a single QB worth a first-round pick in this year's. No, there definitely isn't. No, there's not. But because of these pro days and because their stock is rising now, there might be a team that takes a chance on these guys. There might be a chance. Miles John says, I would go Pickett, Wyatt, Burke first round. I love that. Andrew Smith says they're going to trade Minshew for a second-round pick to Browns for Baker. No, I doubt that's going to happen. It's going to cost more than a second-rounder. They're going to try to get some – Browns are going to try to get some draft picks back that they lost with getting Deshaun Watson. I think they're going to try to at least get a little bit more than a second-round pick. Kevin says, I would take Willis at 19 if he's there to push Hertz. If Hertz has a bad season, trade him. Jeremiah Butler says, NFL World, you should know since it's your world, but Ole Miss. King's Destroyer says, people at my school say stop wearing a Smith jersey. I said stop complaining. You're just mad because Smith is good and you're jealous that your team doesn't have him. Smith deserves wide receiver 1. Joseph says, without Wentz contract, we rule. Spike says, as long as Howie controls our roster, players are going to suffer. He's going on the numbers. That's somewhat of the truth, too. I'm hoping not, but somewhat of the truth, too. We got Charlie Rivera. So I think in hedging your bet by trading a first in the next year and giving Hertz one more year, we are so close to getting our answer on Hertz. I think so, man. I think if he plays better next year and really makes a big jump, we could have our franchise QB, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't. It's a what if. I'm going to be very critiquing of Jalen Hurts next year. No joke. Last year, I didn't critique him too much early in the season because technically early 2021 was still his rookie year. He only played a few games in 2020. So really at the end of the day, he was still playing within his first year as a rookie going into his year 2. But then later on down the road, I was kind of, getting really aggravated with some of the things that he was doing. So I'm Oliver. I hope he didn't put Quez number 4 under the after the draft. I don't think so. I think they'll move in some guy. And look, Pascal might be a kind of guy that they use just to block, or they might, if they draft another receiver, they can use Pascal on certain plays, but that's really it. You know what I mean? Stockpile side, I'll take a Corral over anyone in this draft. Great arm mobility. Zachary says, easy money. You should sound like you're describing Blake Bortles. There's this, the Philadelphia media might be the most toxic fan media ever. And I'm from here. The reason people don't want to come here, you can't say it, not facts. I'm going to put a poll up actually right now. Let's put a poll up on, let's put a poll up. Do a poll on YouTube right now. Okay. I got to put a poll up right now. I just want to see. So obviously the question is, would you draft Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett or No, you wouldn't draft either of those guys. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right, let's keep it going. We got a super chat from Jeremiah Butler. Says they're not getting more than a second for Baker. Teams are watching his market, and you can't go this into the season with him. Yeah, I don't know. I think it has to be less than even. You think a second is even too much for him? I mean, even the 49ers want two second round picks for Jimmy G, but his shoulder after he had the shoulder surgery or whatnot, teams are really, I don't think he's going to be ready for the season either, but we'll see. But it should be interesting. We have 332 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in the chat right now. Much love everybody that joined the stream and is just hanging out. 10th day of free agency live reaction. A lot to talk about with the Philadelphia Eagles quarterbacks and everything that's going on. There's all this crazy Howie Vision stuff that's going on right now. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day if you're new. Trust me, we go over free agents and, the draft reactions, everything. We do everything here. We're going to be drafting. We're going to be reacting to the draft as well, so definitely check some of that out. But much love to everybody that joined today. And, we're just getting this. We're going to go a little bit longer. We're definitely going to get this done. So subscribe, like the stream if you haven't, guys. We're trying to get to 200 likes if we can. So appreciate everybody that's dropped by today. Appreciate everybody dropping by. Appreciate everybody dropping by today. Daniel Rivera says, where do you think Jaquan Brisker will fall when he has safety? I think second round. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's right in that second round area. I agree. And he says, Pascal is the perfect excuse to drop J.J. If that talent list number 19 on the Eagles roster by week 1, I'm jumping out of the window. Oh, my God. I'm telling you right now, he got so lucky in that preseason game. When he caught that touchdown, I was just like, I wasn't even happy for him. I wasn't even happy he had a good preseason against fourth-string cornerbacks, or a fourth-string defense in the last preseason game. I was so upset over that. I was like, of course, Travis Fulgham has to fumble in the end zone, and then all of a sudden, JJ just has a crazy game. It's just you could write a book on this crap. I mean, it's just this crazy story. We got a super chat from No One Knows What's Going On, man. He says, I'd rather see us draft the QB in the 22 draft back, and if one of those picks for a first next year and draft CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. Yeah, dude, definitely. You're the best, Joey Shakes. Dude, Noah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the super chat, too. No, you're definitely right. Look, you need some security for your future draft picks. They're not going to pick 3 guys in the first round if they don't draft a quarterback, because if you're moving in the top 5 for your quarterback, you're going to be giving away 2 first-round picks. Most likely, your 2 first-round picks are going to be there. So you're going to trade back one of your first-round picks. Go get at least, if they can try to get a second-round pick for this year, it'd be great. If they get a first and a second for 23, I'm totally fine with that too. But if they can't get anything, I would try to get a second for this year, get someone's first for next year. And then, you'll have some security to draft a quarterback if Jalen Hurts does not work out. I think that's probably the right move. It's probably the right move as of right now. So I get it. I get it. Probably a really good move. Again, said Joey Shakes, how come you don't do a fly goes fly dance? I don't know if there was such thing as a fly goes fly dance. I don't know what that is. Nicholas Ramos says, if we draft QB, then please get Malik Willis and trade Hertz or Minshew. I think you could get a lot for Hertz. Lots of teams see him way better than we do. James Williams says, what do you think about calling Houston for Cooks? Dude, that's such a 5 years ago move. Cooks, maybe back 5 years ago would have got him. Now I'm just he's been hurt. He's had injuries. I'm not a big Brandon Cooks fan as for a trade right now, or I'm just not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it. Comment says, I would prefer to just stick with Hertz and Minshew for one more year. I would build up the parts of the roster. If they do end up picking a QB, I would want Malik Willis. Interesting. Reese says, Joey, how do you feel about the NFL mock draft? They had Eagles taking Devante Wyatt and Devin Lloyd at pick 15, 16. That happens, I would be happy. How do you feel about it? Dude, I would be emotional. If they draft a linebacker in the first round, I'll be in tears. Just watch on that. On me and Philly 500 are going to be streaming the whole entire draft. I will be emotional. I will be a wreck, a mess. I will be a total disaster. Trust me. I will be so emotional over a linebacker. 40 years we haven't drafted a receiver in the first. I have a linebacker in the first round. That's crazy. All right, so Pascal allows us to get rid of Rager and J-Jaw. It does. I think it only puts J-Jaw down a little bit more. Reagor, definitely not. They get another receiver, Reagor could be gone. If they just need to get one more receiver. I think Rager's done. I think he's done. Texas, we're overreacting about meeting with Pickett. I really don't think we'll get him. I think it's just a due diligence move. But at the same time, like Howie Roseman doesn't like to show his hand either. Howie Roseman doesn't like to show his hand. So I get it. I definitely get it. Mark says, are Scaling and Honey Badger still available? So Scaling, it looks like Valdez Scaling is going to be trying to re-sign with the Packers. If not, he could go to another team. Badger is still available. I've heard nothing. Besides him going to the Colts or the Cowboys, I haven't heard nothing about him at all. That was the rumor about Badger, that the Colts and the Cowboys were after him. Haven't seen much of anything. Seems like the Cowboys have had interest in a lot of guys too, but just no free agents want to go there, as well as, for us. So Denzel says, Joey, we need a fly dance. Shout out Granzier. Shout out to Granzier for telling me to do the fly dance. Diamondback says, Carson Strong, Kenny Pickett, and Malik Willis are kind of looking still great, in my opinion. Molly Viral says, I saw your Welcome to Philly Reagor video. In my recommendations the other day, comments were so nice to him back then. Yeah, that video got over like 200,000 views on it. I mean, I didn't look at it for a while. I was like, damn, this video got a lot of views on it. I'm like, it sucks, man. I went through all that work to make that really good video, and it didn't go long. It didn't go for that much. Aaron says, are these any safeties left other than Honey Badger? Harris is trash, and as far as I know, McLeod is back. I think McLeod can actually – I'm actually surprised they brought Anthony Harris back more than McLeod, but at the same time, McLeod has had a lot of injuries, a lot of ACL injuries. He's been hurt a lot. So maybe Anthony Harris was the purely better, appreciate Roddy McLeod for obviously coming here as a free agent in 2016 from the Rams. Really a good complimentary safety to Malcolm Jenkins. Both of them were such a good 1-2 safety tangent. I love both of those guys. So if he goes anywhere else, good luck to him. Donnie says Carson Strong has a huge arm like Herbert. Zachary says easy money. So I guess Watson, Herbert, Carl Lamar, all trash QBs. I guess Jared Goff and Nick Foles are elite QBs. Emily says I have a feeling quarterback will be completely different on this roster, or at least I hope for Devante Smith. Devante Smith needs a better quarterback to throw to him, unfortunately. And is it going to happen in year 3 with Jalen Hurts? I have no idea. Orlando 77, listen, the Eagles are taking a QB in the draft. The Eagles are going to trade up to get one. Hey, dude, it could happen. NFL World, Reagor spent the day training with Colin Kaepernick and other receivers today in Texas via his agent, IG History. That's what I saw. I mean, did he do it again, or was this from last week or a few days ago, whatever it was? Araldo says, what do you think our first round will be, Joey? If it's not a quarterback, I see us going after Jordan Davis and a linebacker. I really do. That's what I really want badly. What is the Eagles doing? They get double dip at defensive tackle. They get defensive tackle and defensive end. They get Jermaine Johnson and Jordan Davis. They can do a lot. I mean, they can do a lot in the first round. There's a bunch of combinations I have for the first round. Maria Stan says, will Willis be great talent in the tools, but if we draft him, Hertz starts the next 2 years if Willis is anywhere near anybody to play in the NFL. Nicholas says, if we draft a QB, then please get Malik Willis and trade Hertz for Minshew. I think you could get a lot for Hertz. A lot of teams see him way better than we do. Maybe. I mean, look, if you can get at least a second-round pick for him, I'd be fine. Unless you can get more, I don't know what his value. I don't know what his value would actually be at this point. I'm not sure what his value would actually be. I'm not even really sure about what his value would be. So. Corey says, if I think we need defensive end, linebacker, cornerback in round 1, wide receiver in round 2, why not Alec Pierce out of the Cincinnati 6'3", running 4'4"? Yeah, he's another good player they can get in the second round. Carlton Roberts says, yup, and Dolphins have Raheem Mostert as well. Another ex-Eagle that was to be what was he? Raheem Mostert was a special teamer. He was a special teamer, and he was a running back for us. And, yeah, we didn't develop him well. And that was during the Chip Kelly. That was during the Chip Kelly days, too. Commissar, I would love to have Bryce Young as our franchise QB. Marcus J says, I'm in on Stroud. He gets in the right and the bread basket. Tex says, someone said they think Olave to Eagles will happen, and Christian Watson, I think his name is the tall, fast one. Yeah, he's the guy from North Dakota State that could be drafted in the second round. Chris Olave, I'm potentially teaming up with Devante Smith on Eagles. Man, that's be huge. Him winning the Heisman, I could learn a lot from him. I feel like we'd be a great tandem. That's that would be awesome too. I actually read about that too. What Olavi said about Devante Smith, and that'd be great. I mean, look, Devante Smith, the Heisman winning trophy. I mean, it's a really good tandem. Chris Olave would do good. Olave was supposed to be what Reagan was supposed to be. Okay, that's the truth. That is the actual truth. I'm trying to get through these as fast as I can, guys. The chat is going nuts right now, so I apologize. I'm Oddly Viral. At this point, we should put JJ at tight end too. Yeah, because he's slow. I mean, he's really slow. Apparently, the Eagles are looking at Devontae Parker. That's what I'm seeing with rumors. I mean, we'll see. I don't know who's spreading the rumor. If it's Elliott Shore Parks, do not listen to a damn thing he says. So, I don't know. I do not know. Well, we will see. We will see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's see here. Lions, Dolphins, Baker report. Browns aren't seeking first round for Baker Mayfield. So yeah, at least they came down to their senses that that's not going to happen. The Jets actually really tried to acquire Tyreek Hill, but who wants to go to the Jets? Like, that's another organization that has really bad contracts. You know, Joe Douglas is doing as much as he possibly can over there too, but Jake says Howie has not proven that he could build through the draft at all, yet everyone is banking on him doing so. Ernest says, what did I just wake up to? Tyreek to Dolphins? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But it's not really. I mean, they gave up like 4 picks, plus they made him the highest. They gave him more money than Devante Adams. Dude, this is crazy. That market for receiver is nuts. Then we smashed the shit out of Cooks in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we gave him a concussion in the Super Bowl. That's what happened. Skull Cherry is my dip of choice, but if I'm in the South, obviously I would get better ones in the South. MB says it's because free agents want money and Eagles lack that. That's the truth, bro. We don't have much. We had 24 million in cap space right now. Whatever it is, it's not much. So technically, you have 14 million because you have to spend 10.5 million on your draft class, your undrafted free agent class. Charlie Rivera said, how would you handle our first 4 picks? Our first 4 picks? I mean, if we were able to have 3 in the first round, then great. I would honestly go Jermaine Johnson. I'd go Jordan Davis. I'd go Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd with 19. And I would go with the guy from I would go the second round pick, the guy, I forgot his name, the guy from the North Dakota State in the second round, receiver. That's what I would go. Or I would actually go Brisker, to be honest. I'd go Brisker in the second round because we need a safety bad. So it'd probably be what it is. Joyce said, if Malik were to fall to 15, I would pull the trigger, but he's most likely going to Seattle, Carolina. Seattle, Carolina definitely could be the Falcons too. Falcons could get him as well. I'd say the Falcons because Mariota signed with the Falcons, but on a really short-term deal, 2-year deal. Tex, you put more effort into the video than Rager does routes. Isn't that something? That's true, though. Anyways, the Cowboys won't pay for defense, not for another 30 years. Alexander Ford said, it's really not. I'm really not interested in free agent anymore. I'm clearly focusing on the drafts. Yeah, I get it. Detroit Malik Willis kind of reminds me of Steve McNair. Remember, he says the folks that don't know football hate Hertz. And just Hertz is definition of mediocrity that doesn't win in the NFL. Zachary says draft is 35. Dude, it's going to come quick. April 28th is going to come really fast. Chris Mo says, don't think Howie is breaking the bank until he knows who his franchising QB is. Ridley screwed us. The brother screwed us. I love when he shows that video. It's so funny. And for Cleveland Browns, could get released if a suitor is not found. I agree with that. Teams are probably going to be waiting on it, to be honest with you. Shohei K says this family is turning into Giants fans as they defend a garbage quarterback. My note says move up for Willis and take Davis or defense. Do the Eagles have a 7th to trade for Parker? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so Pickens would be a decent second-round wide receiver. MB says the perfect draft would be Burks and a cornerback or a linebacker. If you could trade for a first next year, do it, but I doubt it. For a first year next year, they're definitely trading back one of their first-round picks. They're not picking 3 guys in the first round. If they don't trade up for a quarterback, they're definitely not picking 3 guys in the first round. That's just the truth, guys. That's the truth to it all. So, Jay says Jordan Davis, 16, Devin Lloyd, 19, Jermaine Johnson. Thomas says, I'm glad I don't have to see any more Baker commercials. They're actually pretty funny. I ain't going to lie. They're actually pretty funny. All right, so Willis would require us to trade up. I don't want a draft a QB round 1, but if we do, I want Willis. Jake says, what's better, Simmons' jump shot or Howie's draft record? Howie's draft record's probably better than Simmons' jump shot, to be honest. And Ray says, let's see here. Cody says if Malik Willis, but if I like Malik Willis, but he's likely gone before 15. If we get him, odds are we have to trade up. Torn on that. Dude, they're going to be top 10, bro. Both quarterbacks are going to be top 10. And they shouldn't even deserve to be top 10, but they're going to be top 10 because teams are desperate. I'm telling you. Bobby says, don't forget how I personally went to watch Pickett versus Sam Howell in the middle of November. This dinner might be more than we think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, man. That's what I'm saying too. He went to the Sam Pickett, Sam Howell game, and you saw him with the binoculars on TV. He was there. He was there. So, Nighting says, what's up, Joey? What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? We got a super chat from Morgan Holmes. What's going on, man? He says, why can't we just get Dick Allen, Zacharias, DK Metcalf come on Howard? It's the perfect time to be like Tyreek. We have Metcalf and my extension. He's going to want a lot of money, dude. After all these receivers are getting all this bread right now, it's going to be a mess. Stop how Wyatt is for better than Davis. Davis just got more well-known and has more hype. I think, look, Davis, I'm not looking for sack numbers with Davis. I'm looking for being disruptive. Look, I'm looking for him just being disruptive because he could take on double teams. He's just very, very disruptive, and it'll help your defensive ends out as well. It's hand in hand. Okay, it's going to probably open up a lot more for Josh Sweat or open up a lot more for, Teron Jackson, whoever else is playing defensive end, for Brandon Graham as well. Who knows? Like I said, we still need defensive end too, I think, because we're kind of low on that position. Derek Barnett's still a free agent, which makes me kind of nervous. I understand. I got a feeling Cox and Hertz could be traded the day of the draft if Howie can acquire Pickett or Willis. Chris Goss says they're saying Willis could go to defensive top 10. Tex says a lot of desperate QB teams this year. Cody says B. Westbrook was pictured with Davis saying the Eagles select him. I hope so. NFL World says if you could take any non-QB, non-Aaron Donald player in the NFL and place him on the Eagles, who would you pick? Oh man, I mean that could be anybody. Take any non-QB, non-Aaron Donald player in the NFL, place the Eagles. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, I would have to. There's a million players you could put on the Philadelphia Eagles right now. I mean, that would. Oh my God, I don't know. That's a tough one. There's a lot of players out there, man. Wilk says we could say this year's proven year of Jalen Hurts is a reality. We're just loading up so we can draft next year franchise QB. That's what we're kind of hoping, but we don't know what's going to happen. Why did take a QB this year when next year is so stacked with QBs? Because Howie's desperate for a QB. Because Howie has 3 first-round picks, and this is going to be one of the only times the Eagles are going to have this many picks this year. You have a shot to get a quarterback instantly this year, but it's just not it's not a strong draft class this year. That's the only problem. Umbrella says, will Philly sign anyone? I have no idea. Michael says, overpaying receivers is okay, but if we had a good QB to the that's the issue too. So if you see the Eagles not paying a receiver a lot of money right now, it's because they don't want to build around Jalen Hurts, and it's because of the cap, unfortunately, too, and the way this market is going for wide receivers. Can trading away the GM be a preferred trade in that question? Wait, would Howie Roseman actually have interest in the trade? That's what I'm figuring out. Jeremiah said, "What a non-Aaron Donald? What's a non like saying like non-Aaron Donald or like somebody like someone that you would say is like would be great with the Eagles right now." He's saying like non-Aaron Donald as like someone else that's not Aaron Donald, pretty much. Jay says Corral does not have strongest arm in the draft. Malik Willis doesn't, and it ain't even close. Zachary says Benny George Fox's Sacramento Kings PG and my Kings are embarrassing. Cody says with all free agency craziness, you have to think how he's playing a move. My gut tells me it's around QB. Yeah, if it's not around anything else, it's probably around the quarterback. You passed up on a lot of receivers. You didn't. You tried. You took a shot at Marcus Williams. It didn't work out. Okay, you took a shot, but as of right now, it's going to be interesting, man. I feel like they have a good interest in quarterbacks this year. Cameron Holmes said, if I was to pick, I would go Myles Garrett. Kurt Johnson said, based off of the poll, y'all really think Hertz is the franchise material? Let me check the poll, actually. Let me check this poll. I haven't even checked it. So which QB would you take? There's 239 votes. So 46% say no. 32% say Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, 17. So a lot of people think, a lot of people have, faith in Jalen Hurts. Nothing wrong with that. But Jake says, Chris Sims says Corral's best QB in the draft. He's available when we pick. How I might go full QB factor made to pick him. Jeremiah said, everyone is a non-Aaron Donald. That isn't AD. Emily says, 1 Devante Smith, 2 Traylon Burks, 3 Quez, or / Pascal. I love it. Emily, I like it a lot. John says, aggressive as how he is, I think him not making a major move yet is signaling how good this draft is at a few positions of need. I agree with that, too. I do agree with that. Like, I didn't think the Eagles were going to sign defensive line or anybody defensively in free agency. It was just going to be a waste of money. It's a heavy defensive draft when it comes to D tackles, linebackers, defensive ends. I mean, safeties go well into the second round. I mean, you got some really good prospects this year that you don't have to pay big contracts to. You know what I mean? So you don't have to go in free agency and spend all that money. Tex says, Kirk Johns, no, we need want any of these terrible QBs. Easy Money says the next elite Matt Corral is throwing bombs NFL Network. Zachary says Jake Hensler. Did you say Chris Sims? Jock says Shock says Hertz is depleted of skills you just can't learn. He can't throw the damn ball. Jason says yes, the QBs in next year's draft are way better. Dude, this all could be a smokescreen, guys. All this could be a smokescreen. Yo, George, what's going on, man? He says, what's going on, Joey? If it was any time I would have overpaid for a receiver. I think Tyreek Hill was the one. Receivers like that isn't one on the trade block that all the time. No, but the Eagles weren't paying. The Eagles were looking to pay someone to be the highest paid receiver in the league with a quarterback that you got to have the right quarterback. If you're going to pay someone that much money right now, okay, if you're paying so much money right now, you got to go get your quarterback. You know what I mean? You can't pay a receiver that much money to be the highest paid receiver this year, okay, and not have a quarterback to throw to him. It just makes no sense for them to go after a receiver of that high caliber. It makes no sense to me to go someone, to go that high. So let's see. John Poe says QBs always have awesome pro days. There's literally no defense on the field. Yeah, I get it. That's why you got to take some of those with a grain of salt, too. Orlando says, Joe, if the Eagles take a QB in the draft, I think next free agency, I think the Eagles will take a big name. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do this year. Jay says, Howie many picks would have give up for Metcalf. Maui says, what up, Hill? To the Dolphins. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. They gave up like 4 or 5 draft picks, plus, they made him the highest paid receiver. So, everybody says, has anyone treated Baker to a nice steak meal? Judd says, yeah, I'm convinced they haven't paid a receiver yet because they don't know what they have at Hertz yet. Dude, I agree. 100%. The rocket arm, they can't make tight window throws consistently, have to be able to process quickly and be accurate. Bloodshot says, I would love to see us bulk our defensive in the draft. Mag says Kansas will not be the same without Hill. No, if they're making Juju the number one, they're out of their mind. They're out of their mind. D-Train definitely not as many as they did for Hill. Texas, no way Cowboys get Matthew. Didn't they resign League 3? I mean, they moved Keanu Neal to safety now, so he's not a linebacker now. They moved him from linebacker to safety. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. They have been really weird this offseason. Matt says, by the way, tested one of my old mics for PS. Yay, great. We'll be on tonight. Jake says, Stanley, Wyatt, and Lloyd would be a great first round. And yes, Sims has been right a lot. Michael says, I'm going defense first 2 rounds. Kirk says, Malik or Pickett or Corral, all very good. I don't wait until next year talk. I would wait till next year, but they're probably going to trade up for a quarterback. I got a feeling. Zachary says, Kansas expected to sign MVS and draft a wide receiver in the draft. Cody says, I'm hearing Cleveland may just cut Baker. No way we make a move on him, right? No, I don't think so. Tex says, Eagles are the only team that got better in the East. Maybe Washington. I mean, Washington got better, I guess. An upgrade. I guess they got an upgrade. The Cowboys, I don't think they got better. I think they take a step back. To be honest with you, I think they take a major step back. That's just me though. I think they do. I really think they do. Let's see. Pooch says we need a safety sign, a honey badger. These teams are all loaded at receiver and will take the top off our defense with ease. Easy Money says, good stream, Joey. Corral time. Oh, man. It's so funny. Get that feeling out of your head, Joey. I don't want them to draft a receiver this year. I really don't. But at the same time, like, I'd rather draft a receiver next year than these guys aren't top 5, top 10 talent QBs. That's the whole problem I'm having. But I think they're getting that desperate. And Howie Rose's been saying, you know what? I'm not going to sign big name players for Jalen Hurts because they're not building around him this year. I just don't think they are. And they passed up on a lot of guys right now. So it's hard to stray away from saying they're not going to move up and get a QB. If they didn't have the 3 first-round picks, if they had like 1 first-round pick this year, it would be a different story. But because they have 3, it just makes matters worse because now it gives Howie Roseman more flexibility to go get the quarterback that they desirably want from this draft, if that's the case. So it's a little scary. You know what I mean? It's a little scary. Hooks, well, let's see here. We got Chris Moses said we need to target Smith the way Green Bay targeted Adams. I think Philly realizes who they drafted. Matt says I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't get the obsession with Corral. I don't know either. I mean, I'm not a Corral fan at all, but I respect anybody that's a Corral fan. So Steve said if we get a QB, what are we going to do with Hertz? I either trade him. I mean, at this point, you're not keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Either Gardner Minshew is going to be a lot cheaper to keep on the roster because he's over 900,000 for this year. So Hertz could get traded because there's still a lot of quarterback needy teams right now. I mean, they would have to trade him after the draft if they draft him. So I don't know how that's going to work, depending on who's set at quarterback and who's not. Denzel says, how do you feel about edge rusher Boya Mephi? A lot of mock drafts have us taking him at 19. That'd be a good pick too. It's another guy that's very underrated too. So I mean, they could pick him. But Fred Flores says Val Scanlon reportedly visiting with Chiefs. Oh, Jesus. Now he's going to the Chiefs, and then Green Bay's trying to sign him now. Fran Big said, do you think there's any quarterbacks in this year's draft that are worth top 10 pick? No. None of them are. Steve, you saw what Olave said. Yeah, I read. Yeah, playing with Jalen Hurts. He would love it. Nice mentor. Text if we get Honey Badger, that's one less position to get in the draft and plus one of our QB ads. John says, bulk up that defense. You can go for with just a fine QB and a nasty defense. Meji Mateo says, would you trade up for Hamilton if he falls? Yeah, if he passes 10 to be nice, you'd have to move up probably 7 to 10 to get him. I think he's going to be going within top 10, but if he moves just out, you could move up a little bit to go get him. And so how he needs to make something happen, can't sit back and let everyone else get better. The cap can only bring us so far, dude. The cap can only get us so far. Jason said pick 15, 16, trade 19 on a first rounder for next year. Jason said it, nail in the head right there. Tyler said we got to get Kenny Pickett. He's the new next Brady, dude. The next Brady. That dude says Philly fans always want other teams cast off. Brandon says, what are we doing with Reed? With Reed Senate? He's going to be a practice squad, probably a camp arm. I mean, he's going to be a camp arm. That's really it. He's not going to be on the roster. He'll be on the practice squad as a camp arm, but that's really it. Maria says, Dotson, Mechie, Pierce, better value in the second round. I agree. I like those receivers. Dotson from Penn State, Mechie from Alabama. Love him. And Mechie's coming off an injury too, so see how he's going to do. He got injured in the SEC championship game. So Ronnie says, Adam Shefty, that said Lurie and Howie are in win now mode and think we're a QB away. They are so delusional. When the hell did they say this? I mean, that's kind of over the top right now. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Patriots sign Malcolm Butler. Oh, Malcolm Butler returning to the Patriots on a 2-year deal worth up to $9 million. Malcolm Butler, Jesus. Like, I feel like that was like so long ago with Malcolm Butler. Yeah, so this is what Olave had to say. So the 2020 NFL draft, prospect Ohio State, Chris Olave, I'm potentially teaming up with Devante Smith, the Eagles. Man, that would be huge. Him winning the Heisman, I could learn a lot from him. We're the same age. I feel like we'd be a great tandem. We'll see how it shakes. Remember, that's what happened with Devante Smith saying all this really good stuff about Jalen Hurts, and they ended up getting him. I mean, it could happen. Olave could be the guy. I don't know, man. Olave could be the guy in the first round. It could happen. I'm not even saying because of this, but Olave could be the guy. Who knows? That should be interesting. That should be really interesting. Interesting. Cody says, who's Aaron Rodgers throwing to next year with all his receivers leaving? I don't know. If they lose, they lost Devante Adams. They lose Scanling now. If Scanling goes to KC, I don't know who they have left. Maddie says Eagles aren't getting anyone. Sucks to know we aren't doing anything this year. Denzel says Coral, Pickett, and Willis are all nice. I say keep Hertz, but if they go that way, Pickett is the guy. Termalik says we got to get Kenny Pickett. He's the next Brady. Steve H says he said Devante Smith, not Hertz. Oh no. I'm saying. If I said it wrong, I apologize. No, I'm saying playing with Devante Smith. I'm talking about when Devante Smith was drafted, how Devante Smith in his interview process when he was talking about reuniting with Jalen Hurts again. That's what I'm saying. Brett says, next, Brady with baby hands. Wayworld says, we had tons of opportunities to get some nice pieces. We don't have the cap for it, man. It's opportunity, but we just didn't have the cap for it. So you're either going to sign somebody that you're going to go under the cap with, and then you have to make more restructures or more moves. So I don't know. If they're not building around Jalen Hurts with big time receivers, then they're going for a quarterback. I honestly feel like the team doesn't care about contending for a Super Bowl anytime soon. Howie can't draft to save their life. Texas Dotson, best second round, then Watson, but our luck and North Dakota aren't the best. Steve H. Joey, nobody wants to catch passes from Olave, said Smitty thought. Paul says Kyle Hamilton's a bigger, more athletic Harrison Smith of the Vikings, similar to Jeremy Chin, which would be another guy we missed up on as well. Wade World says we need one more nice free agency signing. I hope we get it. I hope we get somebody. Yeah, he said Smith. No, I thought I read it right. I of course he wasn't talking about Hertz. I thought he was talking about Devante Smith. Denzel said Ray Stennett is a future Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, right. Texas, did Eagles meet Olave or Iowa State had their pro day? Did they go? I mean, probably. I don't know, but we'll see. Coach says Packers aren't making playoffs this year. Messi said, where do you think Eagles rank at O-line position in the league? I mean, offensive line. I mean, they should be a top 5 offensive line. I mean, they're definitely in the top 5, 100%. They get a promising right guard, than Jack Driscoll, and Jack Driscoll is very solid. But they get a right guard. They're good. Obviously Jason Kelsey. He's leaving after this year, so there's going to be another hole at center, which I don't know what they're going to do with Isaac Samalo at the offensive line. So I'm not really sure. Brad said, with new coaching staff, not going to be surprised when the wide receivers 1 3 first-round picks, wide receivers trade back in the mid-20s and bring me Christian Watson or Sky Moore. Andrew Towers, it seems like guys have been getting way overpaid. Well, that's free agency, bro. That's what happens. Willis and Pickett both better than passer than Hertz. R. Halter says, let's just wait for next year for free agency to try to draft someone, build pieces. Well, I think if they get their quarterback, that's what they're going to do. But the issue is they don't have their quarterback right now. That's the big issue. That's the big issue right now that they have. Jeremiah said, look, bro, I'm done having that argument either way, and you got to stop rearranging your messages. We may need those later. Kevon Wallace's experiment was a bust along with Whiteside and Rager. That's true. Kevon Wallace was horrible. God, he made himself to be like the next Brian Dawkins. It really pissed me off, too. He a lot of talk with no play. That's what's gonna remind me of Kevon Wallace. All talk, no play. And that's what he does, man. That's what he does. So we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark as of right now for the stream. 311 still strong in the chat. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today on 10th day of live reaction to free agency by the Eagles. It's been, obviously the Eagles haven't done anything, jack nothing. So if you guys haven't subscribed, we're going to be doing another stream tomorrow on top of it. So we're going to keep these streams going for a while. So definitely check out we're going to have probably 2 to 3 more videos coming out today. We're going to have a lot of content coming out today. So definitely check it out. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you guys haven't either. So let's try to get the stream to 200 likes if we can. Much love to everybody that's in here. And yeah, we're getting prepared. We're getting ready. And the draft seems like it's, right around the corner. So I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see here. Jerry Armour says, is it me or does it look like the Eagles are waiting for the next year to make their move? Like at what? At free agency in general to get weapons, or are you talking about a quarterback? Matthew says, do you want Honey Badger? Of course. We love it. Next to Anthony Harris, I think it would be a good tandem. Denzel says, Joey, how do you feel about drafting a right guard in the second because Stalin can really develop a line? I mean, I wouldn't – look, if they go after offensive line in the second round, I can't even be that mad at it because you got to be good in the trenches. Okay, Howie Roseman had a really good second-round pick in Landon Dickerson last year, so who knows? They could draft another offensive line. I don't know any offensive line prospects beside Linderbaum as of right now. I don't think it's strong. I haven't heard much about really heard much about the prospects in the first round, or at least in this draft in general with some of these prospects, but we'll see. Let's see, NFL, where the Browns' decision to trade for Marco, who is under contract 3 more years, $60 million, and moving back just 38 spots on day 3 of the NFL draft looks like a massive steal right now. That said, let's go. We got to see how good Corral is. Andrew says, is Driscoll right guard? Yes, he is. He can play right guard and right tackle, but he is right guard right now, yeah. Derek says, easy money yet. If we don't draft Matt Corral, everyone's going to give you crap, right? Easy money. Everyone's going to give you a lot of crap for it. Alabama Force says Carson Simstrong has a big arm. Zachary says Andrew Taylor Samalo is a right guard with Herbig and Driscoll as backups. Curtis says, why can't Eagles develop players outside O-line? I don't know why, because they have a good coach that could do it, and it is what it is. Miles said, which running back would you draft? I like the guy from Michigan, the Walker. I like him a lot. I like Walker a lot. Matt said, Mulata Pro Bowl next season, calling it for. I think he's going to be a pro. I think he's going to be in the Pro Bowl. Now he's getting a lot more attention. Mulata's getting a lot more attention now. So I think he's going to be, Mulata's going to be definitely, he's going to be up there. He's going to be up there. I think he'll be a Pro Bowler for the rest of his career. I'm not kidding. I have a lot of faith in Jordan Mulata. I really do. There's Joey Shakes Mulata is going to win a Masked Singer. I wonder if he went on that show. That would be a perfect show for him. Texas, surprised we kept every single coaching staff. Yeah, I'm actually surprised they have made no changes to the coaching staff. That's what it's just weird, man. It's really weird. Nick has the decision on the coaching staff, but I'm surprised he hasn't got rid of anybody yet, at least somebody. I don't know. Zachary said, McLean, I'll report you if you keep calling him a clown. Zachary says, Alabama, Fort Whistle, sorry, bro. Matt Collins better than Reagan. That's what Matt Collins is definitely playing better in Miami. Definitely playing better in Miami. When we had to get rid of him, and Matt Collins, even during the Super Bowl year, like Matt Collins only played. I mean, after the Super Bowl year, he only was a special teamer. Then he ended up getting hurt, and then he was just Matt Collins. When he got his chance in the Super Bowl year, he really played well. Every time he had a chance, we threw him the ball. He played really well. I really hope Gannon was gone. Yeah, that we already knew Gannon. Like Gannon had 3 interviews for head coaching positions. Obviously, 3 head coaching. Else he had 3 of those. So it's, it is what. He is on the Masked Singer, is he? No crap. Did he? Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that's good for him, man, because he has a good voice. Text said, I missed Matt Collins' false touchdown dance. Oh, yeah, the Washington game, week 4 or week 5. I think that was the game I knew we were going to get. I think that was the game I knew we were a good team. Like we beat Washington. We pretty much scrapped Washington. We totally swept them. That game right there kind of showed me like, yeah, we're legit. Because Washington was a thorn in our side for a long time. So, Vincent says y'all don't even know who the receiver coach is or what he does, and y'all want him gone. I mean, Moorhead is from obviously the coach, the Doug Pearson coaching staff. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm a big fan of Moorhead. I don't know. I don't know how you kind of is he getting these receivers. I mean, he's not calling the plays. He's not doing the route combinations. I mean, I don't know. Student says, I would wait till next year for Rattler or Young. They are worth it. Justin says, Monday Night Football, Wentz crazy escape. Crane said, would you trade a 4th round for Parker? I definitely would with no hesitation. I mean, 4th's not bad. It's not bad. He's only going to cost you a little bit over $8 million this year, so it's really not a bad price either that comes with it. Fran says, are there any quarterbacks in this year's draft worthy of being the face of your franchise? The face? No, not really. To come in and be elite? No. To be a top 5, top 10 pick? No. Not even close. Pickett, Willis, or Corral, choose one. I pick Malik Willis. I'm more of a Malik Willis fan than a Pickett fan. That's just me. Nate says, would you like Patrick Pearson, Joe? I think he'd be a nice pickup. If Steven Nelson doesn't resign, they can go over after Xavier Rhodes and or Patrick Pearson. There's not gonna be a starting homegrown talent at the number 2 corner spot. You're going to have a veteran corner that's an old corner and one of those guys that's going to be here. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going to happen. Regardless, I think that's going to happen. Chris R says, if no one signs Barnett, would you resign? No, I don't want any part of Derek Barnett. I'm done with Derek Barnett. He hurts us more than he helps us. Stupid penalties. He's just look, he's aggressive and I like, he's got to, his attitude has got to change, but he just there were some games where Brady was out of the play. Even when we faced Tampa the first time, Brady was out of the play, way out of the play. And he just keeps pushing him. He's just trying to he doesn't care about the team, bro. He cares about himself more than the team. He hurts this team more than he helps us. They could bring him back, but he's going to cost us stupid penalties. If they bring him back, they're going to be dude, you got to either play or you can't hurt us during these games because you do some stupid crap, and he does. When he tackles someone to the ground or running back to the ground, he has the ball and he's just hitting the guy after the whistle's blown. He's just hitting the guy, has the ball on the ground. I'm just dude, what are you doing? Just ridiculous, man. Pisses me off. Super bum. Yeah, he is a bum. I agree that this whole chat probably would not like Derek Barnett. Press one if you think Derek Barnett should not even be here. No joke. Barnett is the perfect of defensive end. He's just he had a really good rookie year. That was it. He made 2 really good plays in the NFC Championship game and in the Super Bowl. 2018 it was a lot better too. 2018, he didn't play that bad, but that's when he started getting injured. It's from 2017 to 2018, he didn't play that bad. But after that, it was done. He was unproductive. He was getting hurt every single year. It's just a total disaster, just a total mess. Just a total mess right now. Barnett hanging out with Calvin Ridley. It's a bad pick, man. It's a bad pick. And that's Hassan Reddick. And Hassan Reddick was the pick right before him. Even when Hassan Reddick was drafted to Arizona, they didn't know how to use him. In the beginning, they didn't really know how to use him that well. But as soon as he, at the end of his year in Arizona, he started playing good. And when he got to the Panthers, he was just lights out. 23.5 sacks the past 2 seasons and could play edge rusher and Sam linebacker. So, the Eagles got so lucky with Reddick. So lucky. If they got Reddick on top of, they could add to what they could add to this defense in this draft, bro. They can get some stuff. They could build this defense nice this year. They could Whew, man, this defense could be good this year. It really could. I think next step is pretty much, can actually Jonathan Gannon, put these guys in the right position to win football games and use them the right way, and blitz them enough and not give 6 to 8 quarterbacks all this respect and 80%, completion percentage. This is ridiculous. Like Derek Carr was like 31 for 34. It was like a total joke what this defense did. Total joke. King just said, "Did you hear that Kansas City trade Tyreek Hill to Miami?" Yeah, it's not really a good trade for Miami because is Tua going to be able to throw to him? Like with Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill just can't go to a team and be like the guy. Like you have got to scheme him well. It's all about scheming him in your offense. Number two, it's really you got to have good chemistry between your quarterback and Tyreek Hill. If you have no chemistry, you're not. If you can't make those throws towards him, you're not going to be able to do it. It's a good trade, but I think they gave up a lot for him. They gave up a lot. 4 to 5 draft picks plus, you're making the highest paid receiver in the league over Devante Adams, which is just crazy. Your poll results are delusional. That is what it is. The polls there, poll results aren't always supposed to be right either. So Vince says you could argue Barnett deserves a statue stripping Brady outside the link. Well, he didn't strip Brady. Barnett didn't strip Brady. Brandon Graham stripped Brady. Him picking up the fumble, they can have a statue of that, but that's pretty much about it. He stripped Case Keenum in the NFC Championship game. Zary says, Mayor Slate, one play is the most important game in the NFL. Definitely means a lot. Craig Straight said, we need to trade our entire draft stock for Nelson Aguilar and Nate Gary. I would be warned if Philly 500 meltdowns. You just want him to just go out of his mind, don't you? That's what you pretty much want to do. King says, do you think that we should get Tyrann Mathieu? I would love it, but I don't know if they're going to do it. That's the whole thing. Denzel says, Joey Shakes is the coat. I appreciate it, man. Vince says, I actually got a potential tattoo of Derek Barnett recovering the fumble across my entire chest. I should have known. I really hope you don't. I hope you're just kidding. I would get that erased immediately. I mean, if it's for just having a Super Bowl tattoo moment, I guess it's fine. Jeremiah, okay, here's an intervention, Joey, because you cannot be using a two to tip. I get it. Novak says, how about Mahomes, Sanu, Joey? Definitely feels like Howie's got something up. Mohamed Sanu? Hell no. Sanu? Where is he? Is he even playing football still? Mohamed Sanu. Like last time I think he went to the Patriots? I mean, last time I heard he was with the Falcons, went to the Patriots, and that was it. Like Mohamed Sanu. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Sanu could play QB for us. Get Greg. Greg Ward would probably be a better quarterback right now than some of these draft picks this year. I'm not trying to crap on these quarterbacks coming out in the draft, but to be top 5, top 10 picks over pro days is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Cyclone says Eagles have any coaches of Corral's pro day? Probably. I mean, they're probably looking at everybody. Dagger says Alabama for whistleblower. I never call anyone a clown genius. It's easy money. Five says a new get off the fryer. Eagles get off the fryer. Oh my god. Get off the fryer. Eagles need you. Oh my god. I can't. I swear this is what happens at the end of every stream. And it's like you're just so tired of like seeing the Eagles not do anything. And it's just like we get so desperate for players. Ahmed Sanu, get off the fryer. Oh my god. And it goes to James Williams should get targeted in the draft. Look at what Miami just did, adding Tyreek and Tua in the same positions as Jalen. Should be Jameson and Burks, definitely. Kendall says Howie should give himself an extension and haven't done anything meaningful since nasty work. That's true, man. Oliver House is good one. Going for it. Says to God. So we need to sign Honey Badger and get a backup vet inside linebacker. Do you think Malik Willis is better than Hertz purely arm talent? I think when it comes to arm talent, he has more talent there. I think he has a stronger arm than Hertz, but it just comes down with Malik Willis. It comes down to consistency. It's like he's made a lot of mistakes. He's got I don't know. I think sometimes he has some awareness issues in the pocket. Like there's some little things like a nitpick on Malik Willis too. So that's why these quarterbacks are not perfect coming out in this draft. Top 5, top 10 picks. I mean, that's just ridiculous. When is LSU Pro Day? Really, I think it's April 6th. April 6th is LSU's Pro Day. So Vince says, I'm cool with Julio. You guys love these old wash players. Painful says Tyreek Hill is Dolphins perfect for us. We couldn't afford that, but we can afford his Devante Parker now. He's the odd man out, good size, skill, if healthy. Yeah, I think Devante Parker would be a good addition. He's only going to cost a little over $8 million for this year, $9 million for 2023. So really, it's a manageable cap for him. Man, good money for him. Kirk says bad luck drafting receivers. Should draft a good vet. Vincent says Howie did extend Howie, Jeffrey did. Howie didn't extend Howie, Jeffrey did. Jalen says Michael Jaquette get off drive through Eagles knees. Michael Jaquette. Oh my God. Oh my God. Michael Jaquette. I totally forgot about Michael Jaquette because he sucked so bad. It was horrible. Michael Jaquette. Slam says, "Can you read a field? Does he understood the game?" Jeffrey and Howie might be dating. I mean, that could be true behind closed doors. Then so Joey LeBron not playing versus us tonight. Oh, we have the Lakers today. Austin says we don't need a QB in the draft. Vincent says Howie is the Smithers Smithers to Lurie. Slam says better quality next year's draft. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Jay says we have around 12 million cap right now. We need 15 if we decide to keep all 10 picks. We have 12, dude. I'm hearing we have 21. We just had 27, dude. We don't have 50. We don't have 12 million cap. So you're saying we have 12. So we have what? All right. So if we have 12 million, does that mean we have $21 million in cap right now? I mean, that I can agree with. We have 12 million as of right now, excluding the draft. I don't think so. I think we have more than that, but still, it's not enough cap anyway. 91 TKD says Cowboys. The brother screwed us. I'm Ollie Ferry, bro. I didn't see him getting broken by Cooper for weeks after G's. Yo, Joey, do you think Howie's the main reason we don't have enough money and also is a reason for you? Well, no, because, yeah, obviously it's all on him because of the cap. But, guys, if you guys remember, we locked up a bunch of players last year. Dallas Goedert, new contract for Jordan Mailata, Avonte Maddox. They signed a bunch of guys last year. Those contracts are going to they're going to account for this year in 2022. You know what I mean? Just saying. I'm just saying. Gary says, what about Kaiser White and LB and Terrell Edmonds at safety? Edmonds just needs to be coached up. I think he's got a high ceiling. He just needs to be coached up better. Samuel says we have $27 in cap space. That would be really bad. If it's $27 million, I think it's less than that because we signed Pascal, which wasn't expensive either. So I see that too. We just added 12 between Fletcher and Slay. Yeah, but that was. It doesn't matter. We still don't have the cap. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. We saved 2.1 and we saved 11.9. So, yeah, I get it. At Booth, there is 15-19 for us. Would you take him or go linebacker? I would love to go Booth, but I don't think they're going cornerback in the first round. I don't. Zachary says, go Rams. You're a bandwagon, aren't you? Sam, St. Louis Ram players. Johnny said, I'm done with the Eagles. King says, what do you think we would go a good number 2 wide receiver? Anybody, they should just draft. I don't even want any of these other receivers. Like, there's nobody really left now. Howie's not paying anybody. He says bye. Howie's not paying anybody, man. That's just the way it's going to go. They skipped on every receiver they were interested in. DJ Chark, Allen Robinson, Valdez-Scantling, everybody. DJ Chark only got paid a 1-year deal to the Lions. I mean, he rather went to the Lions than come to Philly. Unless the Eagles just didn't even give him, didn't offer him a deal, then I can understand. But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Olave at 19, I like it. I wouldn't mind it. So it distinctly falls to us that Deion part 2, Rivas part 2. Tyler says, Colin Kaepernick, get off your knee. Eagles need you to get off your knee. Oh, my God. you need to stop. You need to stop with that. Give me Olave, Davis, Lloyd in the first, Joey. Vincent says, I would spend a third, fourth pick on a kicker, return Marcus Jones for Houston, that we somehow need better return men. Yeah, I don't know who's going to return for us. They better keep Jalen Reagor off punt returns. That's all I got to say. King James is third. What's going on, man? How he being conservative? Yeah, he's being conservative, all right. Conservative to get a quarterback in the first round of this draft and use all 3 of these picks and screw up this whole entire draft. That's what he's ready to do. As of right now, that's what he's ready to do. Yo, Joey, how he don't want to sign top free agent wide receiver because he's sold. He already have top receivers in Reagor. J-Jaw's talent evaluation is trash. That might not even be the case, man. That might not even be the case. You know what I mean? Zaya says, Henry Ruggs, get out of... God, dude, you guys are horrible. You guys are horrible. Michael, will you do a mock draft of 500? Yeah, definitely. We're definitely, once we get closer, we're definitely going to do a mock draft, 100%. Paul says he's listed as 6'1", 6, 210 pounds, will get killed out by NFL defense. Has got Jabril Peppers might be a good sign, but as a box safety, and he has return ability. The problem with him is he was hurt last year. How he's going to look coming off that injury, we'll see, but I'm not sure. Nicholas says, yeah, complain too much about Howie. Name me 5 better GMs. When it comes to contracts and trades, he's very good. Very good. And not showing his hand and not making it. That's what I like about him, too. Like, he's not making it. Other teams, looks like the Steelers are going to be going after this player. Like, Howie Roseman is keeping it quiet. He's making teams think he's doing something else. He's not showing his hand. That's the way Howie is, and that's how I like it, to be honest. J17, stop drinking Corona. Eagles need you. God. Gary says, hey, Joe Kaiser White at linebacker. Tyler said, Boston Scott or Greg Ward at punt returns. I would like to see Boston Scott, but Greg Ward, we complained about Greg Ward, as well. And then when they put Reagor got that punt return for, Green Bay in 2020, and we're like, oh, great. But, I mean, they could put Greg Ward back, but I would like to see Boston Scott, too. Like, he's a Darren Sproles 2.0 player. I don't know why they don't put Boston Scott in that position. I would love to do it. Joey, would you rather have Burks or London? I would rather have Burks. I'm a big Burks fan. Treylon Burks is my dude. Mike says, I didn't even think the Dolphins had 5 picks to give up. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they better hope that Tua can work out, because they gave him all the way. They have a nasty receiver core this year. Nasty. Vincent said Howie went after Kirk and the Jags gave him a ridiculous contract. We were going to go after Mike Williams and he resigned. Yeah, but still, Mike Williams would have got paid a big contract too. So they went after these players knowing that they weren't going to get them. I mean, that's why you can't blame Howie for not getting. You cannot blame Howie for not getting a receiver. Eagles were about to trade for Calvin Ridley. The deal was already done, but Calvin Ridley is a stupid idiot. Okay, so that's just what happens. You know what I mean? That's just what happens. Maxwell says 5 better GMs: Patriots, Bills, Broncos, 49ers, Bucks. Paul says think of Baker Mayfield when watching Corral. Fran Big says, who are your top 5 receivers in this draft? Right now, I have Burks, Jameson Williams, Olave, Garrett Wilson, and probably the wide receiver from North Dakota State right now. Paul Mancini said, bro, you did not say Rams, Colts, Bills, and Jets have better GMs than Howie. King says a lot of people say that the Steelers are probably going to get Kenny Pickett. Well, they're saying the Steelers are very interested in Wilson and Malik Willis as well. So Terry says at least give Greg Ward a chance over Reagor. That's what I'm saying. That's what they should have did last year. Greg Ward should have had more snaps last year. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, bro. I'm telling you. It's the truth, man. Although I get Pascal is in Philly right now, so it looks like he just arrived in Philly 14 minutes ago. So I guess he's going to have his interview today, I'm guessing, as of right now. So I'm happy for him, man. He's going to be a good number 3 for us. He's going to be a good number 3 for us. Devante Parker is definitely somebody they can go after. Vincent said, I'm surprised at the Rager pick, or at least I had Rager as an option as soon as Jefferson was gone, but Jefferson was on board. They showed Jefferson on the TV. They didn't even show Rager. They showed Jefferson on the TV and figuring the Eagles were going to take him. And the Vikings front office laughed at us in their war room in that draft. It's a total joke. And gives it to Doug Peterson. Doug never even drafted. That wasn't Doug's pick. That was Howie's pick. That's the truth to it all. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Gotta stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Gary says, draft Drake London, Howie. Andrew said, Calvin really didn't read the terms and conditions. Yeah, I guess so. James, what's going on, bro? I'm good, man. How are you, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Robert says, Philly should definitely calling the Dolphins offer day 3 pick for Devante Parker. Jesse says, what do you want? Howie will do opposite. It's a fact. Denzel said we should go edge in the second round. Bonito, Ebity will be there, and they will have first-round talent. I think Ebity is the one guy they should definitely look out for, too. But I think they want something bigger than that. Adam said, I'm tired of people complaining, thinking that this is just a fantasy football team instead of thinking of what these teams gave up to get some of these players. But then when the team loses, y'all look dumb. Terry says, speak facts, brother. Truly a true Eagles gent. Vincent says, is Devante Parker any better than Pascal at this point? He'd probably be I don't know. He'd probably be a better number 2. I mean, yeah, he'll do a lot more. When healthy, Parker will do a lot better than Pascal. That's definite, 100%. Andrew says, if we only had a 15th pick, who you taking? I'm taking Jordan Davis. Boom. I'm taking Devontae Wyatt or Jordan Davis with the 15th pick right now. Right now. Ollie Varro said we shouldn't even draft a receiver, but we probably will. I'm fine with drafting a receiver this year. I'm fine with it because if you have 2 receivers on this roster that do not need to be here, Greg Ward is a free agent after this year because he's only signed a 1-year deal. So really, they should go sign their number 2 guy or a number 1 that could be another number 1 that could be added to this wide receiver group with Devontae Smith. Bryce, what's going on, man? Yeah, Hill to Miami is crazy, bro. George says, I think he's going to be pretty good for us. I still think we get a receiver in draft, probably second round. Wouldn't mind if they took Burks. I wouldn't mind either, dude. I wouldn't mind either. Shane says, as a Jaguar fan, I'm grateful of just finishing up with the AFC East this year. Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. But, dude, I hope Doug Peterson does really well for you guys. Doug's a really good players coach. He's a winning coach, and you guys, I hope he turns that front off. I hope he turns that for that franchise around. I really hope so. I really hope so. Paulson, number 15. Let's see, or Davis, number 16. The wide receiver, Olave, 19. Edge, Karlaftis. I'm not a big fan of Karlaftis at all. I really never. He looked very stiff. He looked good at some points, but he looked very stiff at his combine. But I think he's got a really good bull rush. I think Karlaftis is like my like boom. Like I wouldn't go any for an edge rusher. Like that's like my last dude I'd go after as of right now. Jeremiah Butler says we're forced to draft receiver this year. I think so. Howie Roseman has been interested in another receiver. And look, Zach Pascal is not, I can't even say his name. I was like, Pascal. I was like going all over the place. Zach Pascal is definitely going to, he's on a 1-year deal right now. Very cheap. So Jay says, hey, Joey, what position do you not want the Birds to draft? Quarterback. Quarterback, obviously running back in the first round. Tight end. I would be good with almost anything else. Besides Kyle Hamilton in the first round, I wouldn't pick any other safety in the first round. Cornerback is definitely another one they can go. I want to see what Derek Stingley's pro day, April 6th. I'm definitely LSU's pro day is April 6th. I want to check that out as well. Pascal is getting ready to do his press conference. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that later today. I'm going to have about probably 2 to 3 videos out today. So tomorrow we'll do another stream, definitely. So I'm going to have a lot of content out today for you guys. Definitely check out. Pascal looks happy, man. He looks happy to be here. I'm glad. Him and Nick Sirianni have a really close relationship. And when Nick Sirianni was the offensive coordinator for the Colts, he really strived as a 600 to 700 yard receiver. He's physical. He's big. He can block. His blocking is fantastic. He's a definitely great added piece. So that is it. That is it, my friends. We have let's see, 244 in the chat. Strong chat right now. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. Like, I know everybody's pissed off, or the Eagles have been very quiet. I understand that, but look, we're all doing this. We're all in this together. That's what it's all about. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot of content out as of right now. We're going to be drafting we're going to be streaming the draft as well when it comes. We're going to have a few videos out today, so definitely subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you are subscribed, because for some of these content creators, there has been people, YouTube has been unsubbing a lot of people as well. So definitely check to make sure you are subscribed. Much love to everybody join the chat today. Subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you guys haven't. Let's get the stream to 200 likes. We're at 179 right now. Much love to everybody that's in here. Thank you so much for being with me the past 10 days of 10 streams, which I don't normally stream a lot. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comment section after this stream, or let me know in the live chat now if you guys have been enjoying the streams, if I should be streaming a lot more than doing videos. But obviously I do videos every day, but you guys let me know. King James says Pascal is here to challenge J-Jaw. He can also block. Tate says, should the Eagles trade for Parker from Miami? It's a definite. They could. He's only cost a little over $8 million for this year. Calvin Ridley's suspension be revoked? Yeah, he's fighting it right now. I would try to trade for him if that was the case. If he gets suspended 4 or 5 games, it could happen. If he gets suspended for that, it could happen. So we'll see. Andrew says, I love the streams while I'm working. I appreciate it, Andrew. That's what I used to do when I worked at the supermarket for a long time. I used to listen to podcasts and stuff like that. So Simon says, George Karlaftis stock seems to have fallen. I'm just not a fan of Karlaftis a lot. I'm really not. It's like one edge rusher. I'm not into it. Judd says, Joey, what's up, Mankind at 19 would be awesome. He might be a second round pick though, man. I mean, they could, but I think he's more of a second round pick. Spencer said, what would you think about picking up Julio as a veteran mold? Same way. I'm not a fan of it. 32 years old, was hurt last year. If this was 5 years ago, sure. Now he's really old. I'm just not into. I'm not into a Julio Jones signing. Jeremiah says, JJ about to turn up on Pascal. Jonathan Carroll says, Pickett, Lloyd, Burks. If they're going after quarterback, if that's the case, that's a good draft right there. I'm not going to like a quarterback and take it. I'm already letting you guys know, like Philly 500 is going to be really happy, and then the other side, I'm going to be really upset. So it's going to be like a total opposite right there. Owen said we should sign safety Edmonds. Maxwell said I would love to trade for someone like Larry Legend. Justin says game changer though. Big play. Slade says, which player do you want the Eagles to draft and sign the most? As of right now, like DK Metcalf, but that's probably not going to happen because now he wants an extension and he's seeing these receivers get all this bread and he's going to want the same bread as they're getting right now. I would love to get at least getting Honey Badger in the building if that's even the case right now. Message for Golden says, do we draft Olave here at 15? I would do it. I would do it. If he has an interest coming to Philadelphia, I would be fine with it. John says, Bobby Wagner would be a pick him up. Haven't heard a true linebacker since 54. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I heard he was going to the Cowboys, and then nothing has happened with that. I don't know where. I know Russell Wilson's tried to get him to Denver as well, so that could be, another spot that he can go to. Dot says, hell no, definitely like your streams, man. Definitely would love to get Parker with him. Slim Reaper and Quez, we won't look like JV squad no more. I appreciate, man. Appreciate liking the streams. And Parker would be good, man. I wouldn't mind it. If they get Parker, if they sign Parker, I don't think they're drafting another receiver. They might not. You know what I mean? Because I think with Pascal, I think he's a 1-year rental and to see what he could do, and that's it. Kirk Johnson's DK. Dude, say it with your chest, bro. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Eagles should sign Wagner. Rocky says, we're one of the 31 teams at Krause Pro Day. Whoa. I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised. So I'll watch his Pro Day after it's done today. I'll have it on YouTube. So I'll definitely watch it 100%. I'll be excited for it. Let's see here. A big play, Slay visuals. Would you rather want to be the Giants or the Eagles going into the draft? The Eagles, of course, because the Eagles have more picks. At the end of the day, the Eagles have more picks, but could mess up those picks at the same time. So I'm not really sure. If your GM is 56-19, who are you taking? If I'm the GM, I'm taking Jordan Davis. I'm taking Nakobe Dean. I'm taking Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and Treylon Burks. That's what I'm taking the first 3 picks. A lot of it will be gone before 15. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, bro. Because if 2 quarterbacks are getting taken in the top 10, I'm telling you, like, teams are going to pass up on some guys are going to come right to the Eagles, man. It's going to happen. I don't think the Eagles are staying at 15, 16. I think if they're not getting a quarterback, I think they're still going to trade up a couple spots. I feel like they'll trade up a few spots, maybe. So that could be the case. You know what I mean? That could be the case. Visit said Wilson and Olave are going top 10. So it says, what do you think will Eagles' record be next year? Judge said, what do you think about Boy Maffey? I like Maffey a lot. I don't mind him. Who's our backup tight end? I don't know. It's going to be Tyron Jackson coming off an ACL. It's going to be Jack Stahl, which I want to see Jack Stahl catch some passes instead, because Jack Stahl was more of that Brent Selleck dirty tight end where he most likely blocks. He's more of the dirty tight end type, does all the dirty work. So Tyree Jackson played tight end for the first time last year, and I think he's going to get better. But now he's coming off of an ACL, which kind of, or they bring in, they bring Richard Rodgers back, which they always do. Seems like Richard Rodgers is like that guy they always bring back, and he's always productive when he comes into games. He's a savvy veteran that can make things happen as a number 2 guy. So we'll see. Or else Matt Corral looking good. Jonathan says Hertz ain't the guy. He is terrible. And it's just, I don't think any receivers go top 10. Measure goal, teams won't draft our receiver in top 10. Too much talent and other. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Between defensive tackle, defensive end, Sauce Gardner can get drafted top 10. 2 quarterbacks. I think there's a really good chance. You can obviously get a really good receiver, especially Olave as well. Tate says, what's your thoughts on Christian Watson? Oh, I love him. Great speed, great route running. It could take the top off of defense. He's really good, really good. He's definitely one of the most underrated prospects at wide receiver going to the second round. That will produce a whole lot for your football team. Sean says, would you like to bring in Jarvis? I'm pretty much done now, dude. Like, they already brought in Pascal. They're not going to bring in Jarvis. It's not going to happen. He hasn't signed anywhere. He's been visiting a couple of teams, so they were interested in him, so I don't know. That they were interested right before they signed Pascal. That day they signed Pascal because they had interest in him. Their reports did come out. So 7262 said, with Miles always hurt, would you take Walker, Hall, or Spiller? I would take Walker in a heartbeat. I would take Walker in the 3rd round. Heartbeat. I would do it. Oliver, if Pascal hits 800-plus yard season, do we think we extend him? I mean, if he plays that well, they might. He's not going to get paid a lot. Even if he hits the 800-plus yard season, he's not going to get paid a lot of money. But he'll get paid a mid-tier contract, maybe nothing crazy. But if he hits over 800-plus yards, it's a good year. I mean, that's his best year of his whole career. You know what I mean? Fran says, killing it, man. Killing it. Keep him coming. Appreciate it, Fran. Dylan says, Michael Myers needs to come play linebacker. That would be a very good signing. Bro, I have Jack Stahl sign cleats, secretly hoping that it turns into a Hall of Fame tight end. Diane says, Christian Watson could be there for the Eagles, what Debo was as for the 49ers. Paul says Joey is not familiar with Maffei from Minneapolis. I've seen a little bit on him. I mean, he's a good player. I've seen a little bit on him. Not much. This says, you think Richard Rodgers just sitting by his phone with Howie as a screensaver? I mean, yeah, probably. Andrew says, that's like saying if Hertz wins MVP, would they extend him? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's almost the same thing. Mike says, I like how the poll has more no answers than Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. 45% say no, 35% Malik Willis, 15% Kenny Pickett, with almost 533 votes as of right now. Kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Michael Carr said Richard Rodgers never drops a pass on Madden. Dude, Madden's so horrible. I don't know how you guys play Madden. Like, I can't wait till NCAA comes back. That I can't wait for come back. That's what I'm excited for. I don't know if you guys actually like the Madden streams. Like, they went pretty good. Like, I actually enjoyed it. I think I cursed a lot of our games this year. So whoever's new to the channel, I did do Madden reaction. I did Madden streams of like games we're going to be playing for that week, and I would do like a simulation game of how it would go. And Hertz did not play well for most of those games. It was pretty bad. Tyree Jackson is definitely, I'm excited for Tyree Jackson to see what he does. I am. Like, I feel like Tyree is like good. I feel like, I mean, he's just learning the position as of right now, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to look for something else right now. The draft. NFL draft rumors. Keep an eye out for Matt Corral, the Ole Miss QB for the Seattle Seahawks. Is a lot of time and work being done with him. Interesting. Texans are signing fullback Andy Janovich to a 1-year deal. Patriots signed Malcolm Butler 2-year deal. Miami Dolphins trade is done for Tyreek Hill. Looks like it's official now. Terry says, is Zach McPherson a future starter? I don't know, dude. Like, his coverage kind of worries me a little bit, but he's going into year 2, so see how much better he does get. I think he can get off blocks very easily. His tackling is like A+, really good. But his coverage, like, he was in red zone defense in preseason last year. He gave up a couple of touchdowns, so didn't look too great, but obviously more of a project. Tay Gowan is someone else I'm looking at too. Tay Gowan is another guy I'm looking at. That's the cart from the Zach Ertz trade. We ended up getting Tay Gowan, and I'm excited to see what he could do. I'm actually excited for Tay Gowan more than Zach McPherson this year. Big place, they say, would you let Jalen Hurts call you daddy? No. Definitely not. Paul said, if Hertz franchise QB, if not, even why wait? What are you waiting for? Like, why wait? Like, you're trying like draft a QB right now? Like, move in the top 10? Jab says, welcome to Jonathan Cirillo. Go Birds. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, 254 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in here. Guys, you guys have been making these streams so good, man. You guys keep me going every day. Just letting you guys know. At the end of all this crap that we talk about and we go out of our minds, you guys keep me sane. Just letting you know. You guys really make the channel what it is, okay? I don't make the channel what it is. You guys make the channel what it is. And I always is very humble towards that. And I appreciate everybody that has been watching the videos, subscribing, liking the streams, donating, especially donating, because people don't have to do that. But, you guys have turned this channel into a pretty much a full-time job all year, which is great. And I love doing it. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that because I don't say it enough. We do this every day. I don't want you to think like I take this for granted because I don't. You know what I mean? Love all you guys. I really do. Really do. Do you guys know a channel called The Farzy Show? Let me know if you guys know what The Farzy Show is. I'm wondering if you guys know what that channel is. The Farzy Show. If you guys ever watch it. I don't know if you guys have. Let's see right here. We got so Tyreek Hill is it's official now, Tyreek Hill. It's official as of right now. Corral, dude, if 3 quarterbacks get taken in the top 10, oh my God, Philadelphia's going to have a pick. They're going to have a good pick this year. If the Eagles don't go after quarterback and 3 quarterbacks are being taken in top 10, Eagles are going to have the pick of the litter from a lot of prospects. This is going to be perfect. The Rams are loading up again. Sources say 6-time All-Pro Bobby Wagner is visiting them, and there is a mutual interest in doing a deal, a potential huge defensive addition. So they had, so it looks like Bobby Wagner might be going to the Rams. Bobby Wagner wants to win a Super Bowl, another one. So goodbye, Bobby Wagner. That is not going to happen now. Drip says we don't pass on anyway for a wideout to eclipse close to 1,000 yards. Nah, it's really embarrassing. Adam says, I don't understand the logic of thinking you have a chance of a QB next year. Measure Golia, Seattle or Carolina is drafting QB in top 10. Yeah, dude, I think both of them are. Matt Corral seems to be, Seahawks could be working well with Matt Corral. So we'll see. Keybon Simmons says, it's so annoying how everyone wants to ring chase or go. Yeah, I know, but that's how it is. I think the NBA is worse. The NBA, because there's no cap limit with the NBA. That's the problem, because you can make all these super teams. Like, I'm not going to this team unless this guy goes to that team or whatever. Like the NBA, I think the NBA is worse now. Like, that's why, like, I don't really watch off seasons to the NBA. I watch the season and that's it, because I can't stand, like, the stupid crap when they make these super teams, and it's just really annoying. It's horrible. I think it's like one of the worst. So we have another tweet from another player from Ohio State saying, 2022 Wide Receiver prospect Garrett Wilson tells me he grew up a diehard Eagles fan, and I would be a dream to play for them. Wilson describes his meeting with Nick Sirianni is amazing and insightful. Says his favorite player growing up was Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. Dude, we got Garrett Wilson and Olave talking a lot of nice things about the Eagles right now. Yeah, I like that. That's a good sign. I know. I mean, they had. I guess that's what the Eagles have met up with Chris Olave. The Eagles have met up with Olave and Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson was an Eagles fan. Huh. Garrett Wilson now. Yeah, it looks like Seattle loves Corral, bro. It looks like that. Who's better, Olave or Garrett Wilson? Who's better? In your opinion, guys, who's better, Chris Olave or Garrett Wilson? Let's put up a new poll, actually. Let's do a new poll, too. Let's put up a new poll. Wilson? Olave. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Reports. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Yo, Dagger, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? We're good, bro. So, all right, so Weed says Olave. Appreciate it, love, we come to the chat. Molly said Wilson. Wilson is so much better. Olave does literally nothing better than Wilson. Olave project to Terry Morin. I prefer Cedric Smith from Duke University. Wilson is better. Everyone's saying Wilson, man. Really? I like Garrett Wilson due to his run after catch. Yeah, his run after catch is pretty good. When I saw Garrett Wilson, I watched 2 full games, his best games, and I watched a couple highlights as well. And man, I was like, wow, Wilson has got some explosiveness, man. I understand like he ran a 4.5, but man, he shows so much more on tape. Wilson is going to go number 4. Olave is better route runner. Wilson's a better at contested catches. Wilson has better route runner and hands. Philly said Pickett falls to 15. Eagles get him, then grab Wilson at 60. They could. Andrew says, I like Olave a lot. Reminds me of OBJ, but Wilson is better. Joey, this is now the second player to say they grew up an Eagles fan for Kenny Pickett. Now Garrett Wilson says this. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Oh, no. Oh, I'm thinking about another player. Sorry. I'm thinking about Burks. My bad. I'm thinking about Burks. Oh, that ran the 4.5. He ran a 4.38. I forgot that Olave ran a 4. Olave ran the 4.38, right? What did Wilson run at the combine? 40-yard? Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, it looks like Bobby Wagner might join the Rams. It's horrible, bro. He's chasing rings, bro. That's all he's doing. He's chasing rings. That's all he's doing, chasing the ring. It sucks, but this is what happens, man. We don't have we have a rebuild. I mean, we have a defense with a lot of holes right now. That's the problem. That's the problem, bro. Sucks. Sometimes it really sucks. Rams meeting with Bobby Wagner, mutual interest making a deal happen. Oh, I guess that's off the table. What else is going to be off the table? Every other player is going to be off the damn table at this point. King says the Rams, in the definition of a good defense, they are aggressive. Message from I take Olave. Did Brown says, do you think it's possible we draft 2 QBs with our first round picks? Makes no sense, but Howie, it might. Aguilar says chasing ring and get to play Seahawks twice a year. Yeah, that's definitely another thing too. 4.38 was Wilson, 4.26 Olave. Wow. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's just nuts. Very fast. It shows on tape. It shows. Hold on, I'm just typing something real quick so I have that in there. Okay, we're good. All right, so let's see here. We got 66 votes. We have Wilson at 52%, Olave at 39%. Philly says NFL free agency has turned into the NBA. It's yeah. You can only do it for a certain extent, but it's starting to a little bit. But because of cap, it kind of defeats the purpose of doing that. So his official was 4.39. Chris says Kuiper has Eagles snagging Olave. They could. Jeremiah says unless we overpay, you can forget the free agency market for great to elite talent. The wide receiver market's so crazy right now. You go into the draft and get, a compliment to Devante Smith with a rotation of Pascal, Quez Watkins. Quez has got to play, though. That's the issue, man. Like, I don't want Quez to be fully benched. I hope signing a receiver in the first round doesn't do that. Could Quez play in the slot? I don't know. That's a whole nother story. Can Quez play in the actual slot? So I'm not even sure about that. Not sure. Unless we overpay, you can forget free agency market for great to elite talent. No, we're almost done. Wilson says, I got Panthers, Seattle Falcons taking a QB. Pittsburgh may move up. Dude, I think, if all 3 of these guys get taken, dude, that's going to be just insane. That's going to be insane. I'm not even kidding. If 3 quarterbacks get taken in the first round, the Eagles are going to be set up for a really good draft. Even better. We might have the pick of the litter for a lot of good players. We got a super chat from Eagles Rule, man. Thank you so much. He says, I'm really trying not to let this get to me, but Tyreek Hill should be an Eagle. Heartbroken. At least we get Rager depression. Dude, you're not giving it. They gave away 4 to 5 picks. What, a first, a second, a fourth, a fifth, whatever they gave. They gave away 4 to 5 picks. They made him the highest paid receiver, man. More than Devante Adams. 70 million guaranteed. I mean, 70 million guaranteed. Like, I think that was the deal. That's just crazy, bro. That's nuts. It's crazy. It's not. It's it's way they can't afford it. I mean, they just can't afford it. Plus, yeah, Tyreek Hill makes this offense tremendously better. But you got to think about, could Jalen Hurts make these throws? And then if you draft the receiver, it's the same way. But if the Eagles have their eye on a quarterback for this year or next year, I'm telling you. Conway says Olave compared to McLaurin, Wilson compared to Macklin. What I was reading this morning. Well, that's good. I like those. What they're compared to. That sounds really good. Eddie says word on the street is that Bobby Wagner's visiting the Rams and they're close on a deal. Yeah, well, Bobby Wagner's officially gone. It's done. Jose Valdez says, which Ohio State receiver would you take with that pick? I like Garrett Wilson a lot. A lot. I mean, I would take either or. I'd be happy. If we draft Olave, I'll be flipping out. If in a good way. If we get, Garrett Wilson, I'll be fine. I like Garrett Wilson better, but I would take Olave. I wouldn't even care at this point. 2 first-round picks this year alone. Crazy, dude. That's nuts. That's just insane. Eddie says not close but mutual. It's going to happen, dude. It's not close, but he wants a ring, dude. Bobby Wagner wants a ring. It's the end of his career. He wants a ring the next couple years. The Rams are going to be tough this year. Going to be tough. Friend Big says Wilson all day. Keep on said Bobby Wagner has officially sold out. Yeah, it's done, dude. No Bobby Wagner. Oh my God. No Bobby Wagner. Damn. No Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner behind Aaron Donald and Pesky Payne with Jalen Ramsey. And, man, I think it's an upgrade. I think getting Wagner is definitely an upgrade for when they had Von Miller, to be honest. I think he's definitely better than Von Miller at his age. Not even kidding. Not kidding. Another blockbuster. Yeah, it's crazy. That the Chiefs are definitely going to go down. I mean, it's not good. They had look at some of these videos of Garrett Wilson running routes, bro, at the pro day. Man, he's good. Excellent concentration. I mean, God, he's good. He's really good. I ain't gonna lie. Wilson runs some. You should see the routes that Wilson ran. Garrett Wilson ran at the pro day today. Wow, he looks good. He looks really, really good. I ain't gonna lie. Garrett Wilson is very good. Garrett was looking loose. Yeah, loose twitch. He's got a nice twitch to him. Holy crap. Law says, I want Tyreek for what Miami gave up. Miami's going to be, they better hope that Tua is the right quarterback. That's all I got to say, man. They're taking a shot right now. He is really good. Pause. Joey is salivating over Wilson. Dude, I'm I'm looking like a weirdo right now. He looks really good. Pause, but he looks good. Pause again. Amaja says, wow, seen a mock draft of Drake London going number 2 to the Lions. Hell no. Great. Great. You know what? I'm fine with that. If quarterbacks are getting taken, Sauce gets taken, and if Drake London gets the first receiver off the board in the top 10, totally fine with that. As many, though, I don't care about that, dude. Whatever. I'm telling you right now, defensive ends, defensive tackles, now quarterbacks, potentially 3 of them could be taken top 10. This is looking good for us. I'm salivating. I'm ready to pounce on a good pick this year. Couple good picks this year if the Eagles don't trade for a quarterback. That's the only issue I have. Eagles rule with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says 2 first-round picks would be left over after Tyreek. Imagine a cannon like Willis with Tyreek and Devante and Quez, and last first can be traded to recoup. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. It would be great. It would be great. He looks loose. Yeah, you guys are going to take everything that I say and turn it into something else. Mon says Pickett and Wilson, let's go. Now everybody wants Pickett. Everybody wants to draft Pickett and give him his number one receiver. Well, obviously we have our number one here, but now give him another guy. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Brandon Bear says, Jay, I'm scared by Drake London, man. Everyone, even remotely similar to JJ Arthur-White, can catch big receiver without too much speed. Scared. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I don't think he has that much speed. That's the only thing that, like, you draft the receiver in the first round, you're looking for speed, but you're looking for good. And I think he has good route running. You know, I think he has great contested catching, but the speed is what kind of like annoys me with him. Like, how is it going to transcend into the NFL? Is he going to look better in the NFL? Is his speed not going to match up too well? I think he has really good speed, but it's not elite though. Like, I understand. So we said, what about Jabo? Still first round pick? No, he's going to probably drop. I think either a team is going to take a chance on him in the second round, or he drops to the third, fourth round. If he drops to the third, fourth round, I would love the Eagles to go after him, 100%. So, Law says, would you have made that deal for Tyreek? No, because number one, the Eagles are going to be the Eagles are going to be over the cap. The Eagles are going to be negative cap for that deal, and they're going to give up 4 or 5 draft picks for him? No way. And you're going to pay him with Jalen Hurts being the quarterback, not knowing that, is he going to be able to get the ball to Tyreek Hill? That's what I'm saying, man. That's going to be like the big difference. 5 picks plus make him the highest paid receiver, $70 million guaranteed. It's too much, man. That's too much. For John's, oh man, I'd be so pumped on wide receiver and QB picks in the first. Cameron says Kenny Pickett was an Eagles fan growing up, and that's fine. It doesn't mean anything, but it's fine. Karen says, so that's concerning. Probably. Oh yeah. So if anyone does anybody know what the Farsi show is on YouTube? If anyone's checked them out, they actually emailed me the other day. They actually emailed me this morning to say if I want to bring them on the channel. So I don't know. I said we're getting the defense pieces we need. Let's see. Andrew says pick Assad. I don't like Hill. Can't root for him. Karen says Drake London was gonna be a playing off reward winner if he stayed healthy. Don't get it twisted. I love Weeds. He was supposed to be the next big thing. Fans love having picks. Picks are trade pieces. Cameron says London is a beast possession receiver. Definitely, 100%. I agree with that. Drake London is way better than both Pittman and Mike Williams coming out, and he's faster than both. That's interesting. Chris says Mike Farzetta from the Fargy Show was a local radio guy in Philly. Oh, really? I didn't know that. You know, I've seen his face before, and I thought he was like professionally, like something like he worked professionally, but I guess he's just so he was on a radio show in Philly. That's crazy, man. Yeah, they contacted me this morning of bringing him on, the channel. So they emailed me this morning. I didn't know if you guys knew about him or not, or where he came from or whatnot. So, well, I feel like as long as we don't give up something like 2 first rounders, it could be worked. Money could have been moved around. Yeah, but dude, like how many moves, like to make him the highest paid receiver? That's a total, like moving money around is one thing. Like paying a mid-tier contract is one thing, but paying a guy to make him the highest paid over Devante Adams, yeah, you can move money around. But dude, that's a steep hill to go to right now. You got a lot of guys in this draft right now. You have a lot of guys in this draft. D. Mark says, what pick do you think Hamilton is going to go and it would be worth it to trade up? I say from 7 to 10, he'll be there. 7 to 11. 7-11. I was going to say, what J-Jug coming out, Stafford caught 23 touchdowns last 2 years in college. Moss says, I think Farsi started out on W. I never knew that. Then he said, first round, 15 wide, 6, Devin Lloyd, 19, Garrett Wilson. Then the second would take a risk for David Ojabo. They could, but I would wait 3rd, 4th round for him. And it's just top 5 players you want in the draft. Oh, my God. Like right now, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Wyatt. Let's see. Let's say I said Jordan Davis, Wyatt, Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, and probably getting one of those receivers. I'd say getting Garrett Wilson or Treylon Burks, one of those two guys. So there's too many guys. There's too many guys at each position I would love to draft here. I mean, definitely. So interesting. It's going to be Bobby Wagner visiting Rams. Yeah, it's going to be somewhat crazy, man. We've lost out. Everybody we've been interested, we've lost out on. The one that, like, obviously, we'll see. So Josh said, about to head back to Philly, but here's more. Garrett Wilson Eagles have paved his way for black quarterbacks to look up with Michael Vick, Cunningham, McNabb. So being a young dude in a quarterback family, I grew up an Eagles fan and made sure I told Sirianni and Roseman that. That's what somebody said. That's crazy, bro. I think legitimately it could be Garrett Wilson, to be honest. Garrett Wilson seems like he's very interested to come to Philadelphia. No joke. That's a good pick right there. That's a really good pick right there. They get Garrett Wilson, man. It's gonna be a dangerous wide receiver core. If Hertz can get them the ball, I'm telling you, that's because getting Garrett Wilson is going to open up a lot more. Because if they draft Garrett Wilson on top of having Pascal already here, JJ and Reagan are done. Like, they're done. Olave's better than Garrett Wilson. There's a lot of, it's a split decision. Think the Eagles are going to go after heavy on DK before the draft? Probably not. He's looking for a big extent. I'm saying right now, like, all these receivers want money now. All of a sudden, DK is like, look at all these contracts. Oh, now I want to get an extension. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to get a receiver in free agency or through trade right now because everyone wants to get paid. Everybody sees that money dangling in front of them and saying, I want to get that money he's getting. And I'm not saying they're going to get the same amount, but, they're not going to spend that much on a receiver right now. The draft is perfect for a receiver. It's perfect. Yeah, we saw Bobby Wagner visiting the Rams. Yeah, it's over. It's over. He wants a ring. He obviously wants a ring. So he wants another ring. That's just what it is. It's just what it is right now. So we got 231 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in the chat right now, hanging out on day 10, live reaction of free agency. Obviously seeing Ohio State's Pro Day, which is great. And obviously with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, very excited and very, they seem very interested of wanting to come to the Eagles. So, yeah, boy. I'm good with that, man. I'm ready for it. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. We're going to be covering another stream of free agency tomorrow. We're going to have the Philly Shakedown this week on my channel this week, and a lot of exciting things this week. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And the draft is right around the corner, guys. So subscribe, like the stream if you guys haven't. Let's try to get the stream to 220 likes. We have 203 right now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Really, it's been a lot of fun, man. The past 10 days have been fun. Fun within us, obviously, talking to each other, but for what the Eagles are doing right now, it hasn't been great. So we'll see. But we'll see. We'll go for another couple minutes, guys. I have some videos I got to do. It's already 5 p.m. I got to get some videos done. We're over the 3-hour mark. I didn't realize we're even over 3 hours already. So we're going to go for a couple more minutes, but I'm not leaving yet. A couple more minutes and we're leaving. But, I love weed. Appreciate it, man. Go Cowboys. Appreciate it. I like, dude, I love other fan bases coming into these streams, too. It's nice to get, a perspective on other teams. And I love Weed's a Cowboys fan. I love him. Love him. Good guy. Let's see. Takimi said the Olave is better option for business reasons for owner too. How many as Wilson's in the unique league? How many Olaves are in the league? Olave would sell more jerseys. I agree. We got Colton B with the $10 super chat. Much love, man. Appreciate it very much. Says tired of people saying Hertz is the reason we aren't signing people, even if he's not the guy. Wouldn't it be better to already have a roster for next guy coming in? That's the point I'm trying to make too. And look, we don't know if that's even the truth, but it could be. It's a possibility that there might be receivers that don't want to come here because, number one, the Eagles run the ball heavy. Number two, they see there's probably their agents are probably saying, well, it's probably not the best place for you because you're probably not going to get the ball much because they have a quarterback right now that's having trouble with, scanning the field. It could be a possibility that could be one of the main reasons, but I don't think it's I don't think it's the main reason, but I think it's definitely, some receivers may not have wanted to come here because of maybe that reason. So I'm not saying that it's 100% the main reason. I've seen main reason like 5-6 times already, but you don't understand what I'm saying. But I get it though. I get it. Garrett Wilson interested in coming to Philly. That's what it seems like, bro. Yo, Joey, Garrett Wilson been tweeting and retweeting the Eagles since last year and on season. He said Mike Vick is fair QB, bro. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, bro. Dude, I love it, man. I love it. Scott, did you know 30 draft picks are still with the team? That's a pretty big number, bro. Jay Pierce, Ohio State. Okay, they always have elite wideouts. There's a lot of people in the chat saying that Ohio State always come out with like bum receivers, but I don't think that's the case either. Let's bring Alshon back. Did Alshon Jeffrey retire? I don't even think he did. Our refrigerator market is going to be like that for a year or two. Then I think teams are going to wind up regretting these contracts, and the market inflation for our receiver is going to go way down. I agree. Because every receiver gets paid a lot of money. Like, we're going to see what Derek, Carr does with Devante Adams. We're going to see what Tua does with having a Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? So you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I think Allen Robinson's going to play pretty well with the Rams. I think he'll play pretty good. So we'll see. It just depends. It just really depends. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. 211 in the chat. Very strong chat today. Thank you on the 10th day of free agency. We're going to do day 11 tomorrow and talk about more of the pro days. And obviously, we had Pascal's press conferences today. So I'm pretty pumped. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not. It's been a lot of fun today. Definitely you won't regret it. And like the stream before you leave. Much love to everybody that joined the chat today, man. I'm going to be doing this tomorrow again, so we're going to be busy again tomorrow. It'll probably be an earlier stream tomorrow. No, I only did a later stream today just because I had a lot of stuff to do this morning. So I'm definitely going to do another stream tomorrow. So you guys have an excellent day. Check out the pro days of some of the highlights of Ohio State's pro day today. Definitely to talk about we'll have a few more videos out as well. So a lot of good things coming. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. Subscribe before you leave and hit the like button. And I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follows fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.